What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Light and Magic. We are the Farsiders here to give you with another experience of great TTRPG storytelling. I'm Rex. Here with me today, we have Funyun, Abs, and Ren. Uh, we're so happy to be back for our second session. Uh, we all had a fun time last time, and I can't wait to see what shenanigans we will get into this time. We don't have anything like ads or anything to talk about, nor have I come up with any fun pre-session things for us to do. Maybe I will in the future, but because we don't, we're just gonna head right into the session um, with this tale of whimsy and a sprinkle of chaos. But if everyone's ready, let us begin. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. We return to a story of light and magic. As you three curious scholars have been whisked into a new world, we met three women, Alani, an introverted woman always looking for the next source of knowledge, Zaria, a woman who has a natural pull to her that others can't seem to escape from, and finally, Lucy, a woman looking to escape the shackles placed on her by those that will occupy her home. You all were given a letter of invitation to Felthera, a place where you are hoping to gain some answers to the mysterious things you have all experienced in your lives. You gained passage after dropping a little blood on a letter that turned into a band that led you to a destination that contained someone that would escort you back to the pickup zone, where you boarded a giant machine moth that flew through the sky and contained dozens of new students that would be embarking on the same mysterious journey as you all do today. And after a bit of time and conversing and discovering things on the SSLNM, you were eventually led to Magnus Lexon Assembly Hall in Felthera, where the headmistress of the school was given an introduction speech. That is where we pick up, as she said, "Hello, my name is Headmistress Amira Rediman Shade. It has been a secret up to this point, but welcome to Felthera, Institute of Light and Magic. As it sounds, this is a school for those gifted in magic that has kept a secret from the populace of Deliria. Here you will learn how to wield, control, and exert this magic to accomplish great deeds. I was sitting where you are once upon a time, and just like you, I had burning questions and fears that I was making a big mistake. But ease your worries. This is a place of education and for better understanding of the world, and most importantly, yourselves. You have the rest of today and all of tomorrow to get yourself properly settled and before class starts. A map of the school as well as your first week schedules will already be in your rooms with your luggage. The groups you had on your way here will also be your roommates for your first year. All of your burning questions will be answered on your first day of class. For now, when you exit this building, Rhodey and Ritty will escort you all to your dorms. Males follow Rhodey, females follow Ritty. Lastly, I would like to say, we have a chant we say at this school that shows our spirit, and it goes a little something like this: shine in the dark, erupt with sparks. Usually one person says the first part and everyone else finishes the second part. So let's give it a try. Shine in the dark, and then you hear like little screeps of erupt with sparks. Hey, just like how you guys didn't immediately say it, she says,
Yeah.
well, you'll get there eventually. You'll see when we all have other assemblies sporting events. And she kisses out to all of you and says, welcome to Feltheta. I can't wait to see how you beautiful buds blossom. And then she begins to walk off the stage. And then you see the lights turn back on. And after that, everyone begins to leave the assembly hall as you all do as well. As soon as you get to the front of building like where you guys were before, you see the groups begin to split off and diverge. And you see Rhodey, the elven man with long hair that went to the ground. But for you guys, you see Riddy, who looks almost identical to Rhodey, just a woman, but she has short hair instead of long hair like him. Same pale skin, elven ears, uh, wearing the same clothes as him. Uh, and she says, "Hello, my name is Riddy. I'm so glad to have you all here today. Please follow me. I'm pretty sure Rhodey told you, but stay on the roads. I cannot stress this enough. Stay on the roads. Otherwise, you will be eaten probably or starved to death. I don't know exactly, but it will be bad. So just stay on the roads. We have one every year that decides to try to be different. So please stay on the roads." And she says, "Whew," and she turns around, and you guys begin to follow Riddy. Um, as we follow Riddy down this pathway of light, you see that it's hard to tell from a position from where you guys are now of how the pathways connected, but from a bird's eye view, you saw very intricate like neurological pathways. Like they
Mhm.
interconnect. Some are above others, some are below others, and you guys saw that it's a very complex way to get to all the different paths in the school. And you guys understand that it probably is easy to get lost and end up somewhere you're not supposed to be. That's why a map is important, especially as a first year. But as Riddy is leading you guys forward, Riddy says, um, so every group is assigned a lomogryph. It is up to you guys to name it and take care of it. Um, After your first year, you will be given a new set of roommates and a new lomogryph. So don't get too attached to this one, but it happens every year that those of you do, and we have to fight to get you all parted from your lomogryph. She continues to walk. Um, and eventually, you guys see that even though she's talking to you and you guys are following her, you guys are going to the same location as the males. Like you guys are following in line to each other. Um, and eventually, you guys see you arrive at a very large building. It has about maybe 8 or 9 stories. Um, where is it at?
Is the speech that the men were given the same as the one that we were given?
You weren't sure. You
Okay.
were because you guys were like when you guys were in front of the hall, you
Oh,
guys
okay.
were separated. But walking here now, she's speaking loud, and you hear Rhodey also speaking, but you're like
Hmm.
focused in on
Gotcha.
like kind of not under like
Hmm.
listen to Rhodey. Um, and she says, "Welcome to Silzu Hall." And you see a large building, which the spelling is Silzu Hall. And all of you will know without even having to make a knowledge roll. Shizu is named after the smallest moon of Deliria. Um, and she says, and it's the only thing that is named that in the world. Like nothing else has that name. And Riddy says, "Well, this is where you all will be staying. It is divided into male dorms and female dorms. The male dorms are the bottom first 4 levels, and the female dorms are the top 5." And she says, "Follow me. Keep up." And as you guys enter this large building, and it's just like the assembly hall. It is surrounded by a light wall, and it's a huge area. It has grass and other things there, but you can see
Hmm.
that like each separate area has its own like wall and pathway. Um, and as you guys enter the building, you guys see once again lined up are lomogryphs, the spectral lomogryphs, like what like different like party flavors and balloons, like just cheering you guys on, welcoming you all, trying to make you feel comfortable. And
That's so
above it,
adorable.
it says, "Welcome to Light and Magic." Uh, and you guys begin to walk inside, and you see There's an elevator, and Riddy says, "Okay, there's about 5 elevators, so we have to do this in groups and bunches. Um, I will be here last, but I will assign a Lumogriff with every single group. So, uh, and then you see as people begin to shift onto the elevator, a Lumogriff goes on the elevator, and you see on the you guys are on the right side. On the left side, there's more of like 5 more elevators, and the boys begin to get on theirs. And she says, "You guys only have access to 5 through 9 on this side, 1 through 4 on the other side." And people get on, and they begin to go up. She says, "We'll meet up at the fourth floor. I mean, at the fifth floor," and more begin to rise up, and eventually you guys get on with the llama griffin. You guys go up, and eventually Riddy makes her way up as well. And she says, "Okay, this is where we depart. Everyone will have a llama griffin assigned to them that knows what room you are going to. Um, I will say that I am uh, essentially your aunt. I will be always who you talk to at this inn. I stay here at this dorm. I stay here as well. My room is on this floor, on the fifth floor. I'm all the way down the hall to the right. I'm the last door. If you ever need anything, come down to the fifth floor or come out of your room, and I will be there. I'll help with anything. I will be showing you guys your way to your class for the first couple of days. I will be showing you guys to the cafeteria, and I will also be assisting if anything breaks in here. That's me and Rhodey's jobs for the freshmen." And she says, she claps her hands, and then you see llama girls begin to like arise from the floor and come through the floor, and their heads poke out. And she says, "Your llama girls will choose you," and they begin to start choosing. All right, let's roll a little luck check to see how your llama griff is. They all have different personalities. Um,
Do you have a
and
personality table?
the
It's
the
like
high,
Animal Crossing.
yeah, the higher the roll, the nicer they will be. The lower the roll,
I
you
would love to get a mean llama grip,
a bitchy
actually.
llama griff. Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
So I'm gonna roll. Uh, it was
Oh
a
no.
3.
A
Oh, no.
3!
A 3?
Yeah.
Wow, this llama griff really is a dick.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna
So
shit talk for llama grip, you guys.
so here's what happens. You guys see as llama griffs begin to approach people, like rubbing against people, like flying up around groups, and everyone begins to break off and being followed their llama griffs, going on elevators, go to their rooms. They were already here on the fifth floor, and eventually, like even Riddy like leaves to go to her room.
Hmm.
And eventually, you guys are the only ones here, just standing waiting on your llama griff, and you see a llama griff that is laying on the floor, not moving at all, just like daggers looking at you guys.
What if we don't have a llama griff, guys? Guys, what if we don't get chosen?
And Lenny, I don't know about Chosen, but there is really only one llama griff left. This is so different than when we first arrived at the docks.
I don't know. That one looks kind
Llama
of.
griff doesn't seem to like us very much.
Maybe they're not our llama griff. Maybe if we just wait here, another one will come.
I would like to crouch down so that I'm like at eye level at
Mhm.
least, so we're not like standing over it and just like wait the same that everyone else is, but just in a less intimidating way. Because maybe that's what the problem is.
You looking at the llama griff?
Yeah.
It turns its head to the left, just not look at you.
Okay. um,
Um,
well, I guess I also don't know which dorm room is ours until the llama griff takes us there. Maybe you're right, Anani. Maybe another one will just show up.
Okay.
oh, thank goodness. Zara, you're so smart. You always know what to do.
I'm echoing your idea, Anani.
I don't know what you're talking about, Zarya. And then I just I look at the floor.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for another one to pop out of the floor.
Yeah. You guys wait for about like 2 or 3 minutes,
Sure.
and then 5 minutes, and then a llama griff comes out of a room, And you guys like, oh wait, yes, we got a Lomogriff, and then you realize that it's with someone else, and they're
It's like
going to
someone else.
and they're going to Riddy
Wait.
room.
I
Maybe this is our llama grid.
Oh
you had
god.
a book on the history of Delirium. Did it have anything about animals? Anything about Lomogriffs in it? Are you well read about them?
It would definitely would be well read. Would I have any like knowledge
In
of
Lomogriff
llama griff
specifically?
behavior from
I was
previous
I will say
reading?
this. Your father was the one that named the Lomogriff because you didn't know what the symbol was on the letter.
That's
So
true.
I'll let you make a knowledge roll. Um, and you can do so with your advantage because your father probably would have helped you look for the research.
Okay. Um, that's 18 with hope.
18 with hope, gain your hope. Yeah, you've heard plenty about Lomogriff, how they were domesticated in the Silken Spire, how they're raised. You know that Lomogriffs are generally probably one of the friendliest animals. They love individuals, and like it's usually not that hard to get them corralled. You know that early on in life they're a little like standoffish because they just don't know, they're just like freshly born, but they quickly like change. This llama griff looks old, looks like, and it doesn't make sense why it looks old because all the llama griffs look the same age because they're spectral, but this one just looks old.
Like worn down.
Just tired, just
Weary,
over the
yeah.
shit. And there's a little disconnect because while yes you know about llama griffs, you're not sure if these are actually Lomogriffs or something to made to look like Lomogriff because they are spectral, or if they're maybe you're not really sure.
Okay. Ugh.
And I'm just
She's
like
gonna
going.
whisper so quietly and be like, "This one might be an unusual llama griff. They shouldn't be this angry."
Oh gosh.
I'm just mentally running through different theories. Like, maybe it has a stomach ache. Maybe it had a bad day. Maybe it woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Maybe it's missing its other Lomogriff friends because the rest of them left so quickly.
I'm gonna
So, did you
lean
say that it was
down.
old, Lucy?
What?
It's old?
It does look a little advanced in age, yeah.
Oh well, I helped out on the farm at home sometimes, so I'm gonna try something. I'm and then I walk over to the llama grove a little closer and I lean down and I go. "Pss, pss, 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 pss."
You hear like this loud groan that should not come from a Lomogriff. It sounds almost human, and it gets up and then it starts walking towards the elevator slowly.
It's progress.
You heard the llama?
And as you guys begin to go towards the elevator, it floats up and then it hits its head on the 8th floor. And you guys begin to rise up. And as you guys are rising up, it begins to rise up as well. And it goes through the floor. So it's no longer here with you guys on the elevator.
Do we know what floor we're going to?
You hit
Well,
the
you
8th
hit the
button.
The 8th floor.
I don't know. What
Like, we
room
stopped
we're
at the 8th floor, but then it kept.
No.
Whoa.
You guys are still going, and it just like you know how elevator goes up. It rolls up, so it didn't have to be in the elevator with you guys.
I don't think it likes us very much.
No.
Oh,
I guess we could see, like, maybe some of the doors are open ajar. Whatever room doesn't already have someone in it.
Oh, like, yeah.
Usually, I don't know.
that sounds like a good idea.
We'll just, walk around the floor. If we can't easily identify which one is ours without anyone in it, then we can at least just get to know our floor mates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That
guys,
sounds good.
yeah, you guys arrive on the 8th floor. You don't see the Lomogriff there. And you guys walk out. There's a lot of rooms on the left and right. that go down the hall. It's not like the ship where it like was like a circle that went around. It's just a long hallway,
Hmm.
left and right.
Well, should I start
Should
trying
we-
doors?
Don't try the doors. What if there's someone in their room?
Let's
Are
just
all of the doors closed? Is there
Currently,
no
yeah,
like? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I guess we could
Hmm.
knock.
Should we split up? Should
No.
we could also call for Reedy again.
How?
That's true.
But do we just? Is it a magical thing? If we yell loudly, she'll come.
No, she said she
I
would be
think
on
we
the
have
fifth
to go
floor.
down to her room.
Oh,
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking, is snitching on our Llama-Griff only going to antagonize it even further?
Maybe.
I don't want to be macho though.
Okay, let's just. You know what? Let's split up. Or okay, Amlani, you can come with me.
okay.
And then we'll just go down like on either side of the hall, right? And just knock. See if anyone answers.
Good plan. I
And
like
if
this.
and if we find one no one answers, maybe we could open it and peek in and see if anybody's stuff is there. And then we know that's not our room.
Yeah. Ideally, the room that is ours will be unlocked, and everyone else's will be locked.
That could be too.
Okay. Uh, you guys split up and you guys begin to go to not to.
So you guys are going left and right. Am I going back down to find Reedy then?
Well,
Oh, you
Or
can't.
are you going to the left? You two to the left, and I'm going to the
okay.
right.
So just to be clear,
Yeah.
it's left and right,
Oh,
but
okay.
there's rooms on each side of the hall.
Yeah, so we're like
Right.
we have a long hall and there's like rooms along the left, rooms along the right. We'll do the left side.
So you could go on the right side, Zaria. But
Sure.
you got it. Okay. So you guys split up. Lucy taking on the left side of the left side, and Elaine taking the right side of the left side, and Zaria going all through the right to do
I'll
that.
make my way around.
You make your way around eventually. You guys begin to knock on doors, and people answer. They give you pleasantries. And this is just the first couple of rooms. You guys are like, oh, not that lucky.
Yeah, if they answer, we're just brushing it off as like a, hey, just checking in, befriending the 8th floor people, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm going to spend a fear.
Oh wait, speaking of, the beginning of session before I forget, one more hope.
And one more hope for everybody.
I can't go both 6, can
Oh.
I?
Nope.
You're too hopeful. No.
I'm
Too
too
You too much
inspired.
hope.
and great. All I
Nope.
can do is
Now
increase
I'm-
my evasion.
Alrighty. So Zarya, as you knock on the door, you are on the 5th door on the right side.
Okay.
Nobody answers.
I will wait and knock a little bit more assertively, just in case they didn't hear. Okay. Try the door handle.
Seems open.
Poke my head inside. Are people's things there? Are they just like being quiet and reading? Do they have like headphones in? Like, is there anyone there who didn't hear me, or is there just no one in
Are you
there?
just like slightly, or are you making it fully open?
Poke my head in enough to peek in first.
Yeah, you peek in, and it's kind of hard to see. The lights are dim. Maybe
Sure.
the lights are just off at the moment.
Okay, I'll step in fully.
Yeah, you step in fully, and then the lights come alight, and then in the center of the room, you see what looks like a sheep in the middle of the floor that's been stabbed, and there's blood spilling out of it, and you see a circle, like a sacrificial circle around it, and you see 3 people all chanting in unison, other students like they're sacrificing the sheep.
I'm immediately closing the door and running. I take in the scene, not even a sound. Close it, like throw myself backwards out of the room, back into the hall.
And as soon as you close the door and run out, like I think Lucy and Alana, you both see that, and y'all look back down to see
I'm
Zarya like
two
run out of
arms
one.
braced against the wall, like on the left side of the right side. I'm just like,
Are you okay?
no, I'm not.
And you
What
see,
happened?
as soon as you said it, you see the door that she came out of open back up, and you see a head poke out, and you guys see this human female with dark hair, dark eyeliner, dark lipstick, like the eyeliner like make like teardrops like going down her face,
Oh yeah.
and she says, "Did you need something?"
No, I don't need anything. I'm really sorry for having intruded. I didn't mean to pry.
It's okay. Do you want to join?
Oh, what were
Ask me another time. No,
they doing?
I will let you enjoy yourself to the fullest.
Okay. And she sticks her tongue out at you, and you see as her tongue sticks out, it splits like a snake does, and it goes back into her mouth.
She's so cool.
And she closes the door.
Are there like stools or tables with like mirrors and potted plants dotting the hallways or
Yeah.
anything like that?
Yeah,
Like
there's
benches
mirrors
and
in the
stuff?
hallway and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I'm looking in a mirror, being like, making sure I'm still me.
Yeah.
Did something happen?
Um, I walked in on something I don't think I should have. It's not juicy. It's kind of scandalous. It's not, I just said it's not the juicy kind of scandalous.
Oh,
I'm
I know.
I'm sorry that my suffering disappoints you, Anlani.
Um, well, but
Actually, with that, gain of stress just from just
Okay.
that whole experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not handling that well.
if you want, we can take over this hallway instead. If this one's unlucky.
Yeah, do you want to switch sides?
That's not where my mind went to. Did you guys make more progress down the left-hand side? Yeah, okay. Sure. I guess if there are fewer rooms for me to tackle on that side, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
We ended at that one right there.
Okay,
That's the last
sure.
one.
I'll keep on from there.
Yeah, and you guys switch sides, and you guys begin to knock on more doors. I think by this time, Zarya, you clear all the rooms on this side, and none of all the rooms were occupied.
Okay, I'm going to just mentally note which room had that forked tongue snake.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever number it was.
What's the fifth door, I believe, on the right?
Fifth. Cool. Yeah. But if everyone on the left-hand side is full, I will make my way back over to the other two. Just like, well, it's good to know that we're definitely not on the left-hand side. That's narrowed it down by 50%, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you guys, as you make your way back over, I think, Alani, you're doing the right side. On the 11th door, you knock, and there's no answer.
I feel good about this. I'm gonna open it.
You open it, and there's the light is on inside, and in the middle of the floor is a llama griff looking bitchy and angry, just looking at you.
I'm like both ecstatic and extremely like,
Reluctant. Yeah.
I turn around. Yeah, I turn to Lucy and Zara. I go, this one's probably ours.
Oh,
Oh, good.
door 11.
So you guys make your way to the right side on the 11th door on the right. And you guys go inside, and it is a very spacious room. There's 3 beds. It's not as big as it was on the ship, but it's
Mhm.
only by like so much. There is still nice, beautiful sheets, but in here, all the sheets are burgundy with gold outline, and there's like black like weaving throughout it.
Cool.
The pillows are all golden, like it is literally the school colors throughout. There's banners of the school color, like just on the windowsill and things of that nature, where the curtains would be. There's llama glyphs, like in small little decorations around the room. There's wardrobes for each one of you. There's a mirror, like a large mirror on each one's, like right next to each one of you guys' bed, so you guys can look in the mirror. There's a bathroom in here, and you guys look in the bathroom. It has a sink. It has a mirror, and I don't know. I think for a couple of you guys, um, No, I think for Anlani and Lucy, I think for the first time, you guys see like it was on the ship, but you guys like really take in like super proper plumbing and like a shower. You lived in Anlasia your entire life,
Mhm.
Zaria, so you are used to it. But it is really nice. There
Ooh.
is a
Yeah.
there's a there's like a stand up shower, and then there's a bathtub as well in here.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, they go all out for their students. Um, and then there is a singular like in another door inside of there is where the toilet is like separately, so people can
Mhm.
actually be in the bathroom like getting stuff done and someone can use the restroom at the same time.
Brilliant.
um you guys come out into your bedroom, and on your guys each one of you guys' beds is you guys' suitcase, and then there's two envelopes in on top of each of your suitcase.
Oh, I wonder what this is. Are you okay? Do you want like some tea or something to calm? I can make some. There's some on the table over there.
Maybe we should just let it get used to our room first. Maybe it needs some time to acclimatize as well.
Okay. Oh, she was asking you. Like she was asking
Oh, I
Zarya.
thought you were asking the
Zarya.
llama griff.
No.
Sorry. Okay.
No. She was making sure Zarya's okay.
Oh, sorry about yeah. Oh, me. Sure. Yeah, I like tea.
Okay. Let's see. I've
Yeah,
got
whatever they have there is fine.
food. I've got some green tea. Got some bergamot tea. Oh, there's some chamomile. Do you want some of that?
I'll take chamomile, yes, please.
Okay. Alani?
Also chamomile.
Okay. And she's gonna make herself green. So she's gonna like busy herself like making
Thank you.
tea.
Yeah, and I think you guys do see now that you guys like fully looking around the room, there is a separate little small area with a little smaller bed on the floor for the llama griff.
But they're not lying there. The
Nope, in the middle of the floor, in the middle of the
Middle of the
floor.
floor, being a shit.
Yeah, I'm
like
just like
very inconvenient.
prancing, like stepping around the llama griff,
Like
like
taking up
against
as
the wall.
much space as possible.
Yeah.
Yes, they're like
Okay.
they're not.
Fully
You know, like how
spread.
dogs like come in to lay down, fully spread out
Yeah.
like
Okay.
a rug. The wings are fully out as well, just laying down. Like
Okay, yeah. Being very careful not to step on the wings.
yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to give you a name, aren't we? I suppose we ought to extend the courtesy of asking if you have any preferences. I don't want to tack a name onto you that you're uncomfortable with.
Okay. Oh, I love naming things.
I don't know how to spell that.
Should
Well,
we
a lot of A's, I think.
Yeah. R and
Oh,
an R and a
Maybe an R. Yeah.
GH diphthong somewhere in there.
We
Well,
could
do you
name-
prefer a male or a female name? Maybe look to your left if you like male, and to your right if you prefer female.
It looks down at the floor.
Okay, so that's very non-committal.
Cool. So unisex name then.
Yeah.
we could name it Anarchy or well, that has A's and R's. What else has A's and R's? Ravage, Carnage.
These are all very aggressive names.
I was going to say these are also all nouns
Are names not nouns?
or verbs.
Could be verbs as well, yeah.
Proper names are nouns, yes, but I just didn't know what we had in mind to name our llama griff.
We have lots of options. I want to hear your suggestions.
We
also.
could name it pirate. They have lots of A's and R's.
This is oh my gosh, this
That's
is
true. That's true.
Sorry.
You see, this llama griff has not made a mention or a head waggle or any of these names.
That's fine.
Do you have any suggestions, Lucy?
Maybe we could name it chamomile.
Yeah,
Something,
I
something
like that. We should name him Chamomile.
chamomile.
The last name R, so we can have one R in there.
Chamomile R.
Karma mile.
Chamomile.
Your name in the Karma Mile?
Chamomile.
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 Which one is it? Where we go with? Chamomile? Chamomile? Where we going with?
I think chamomile is really good.
Chamomile?
Chamomile.
Okay. Once you guys like agree on the name Chamomile, you guys see that on the bed the word chamomile appears,
Nice.
and you see the Lomograph roll, the biggest eye roll you've seen in your
Oh,
entire life,
no.
gets up and goes over to the bed and lays down.
At least they seem more comfortable now.
So Chamomile, let me write that down. What a name! What a name for this Lomograph. Chamomile, hell yeah. Chamomile, hell yeah. How we spelling it? CAMRONMILE.
It'd be like CHAMOR.
Hold on, wait. CH.
MILE.
That was
Yeah,
so
it's
difficult.
like chamomile, but
Like
with an
chamomile,
R.
the T,
So
but
it's
R after
CH.
the
So
O.
CH
So
what?
CHAMORMILE.
Chamomile. What a long ass name. What a name. I love it, Chamomile. You guys got to say this shit all the time, not me.
I will. Oh, we will be. Don't you worry.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys name Chamomile. Chamomile is definitely not making any like mention or notice of you guys. It is in its own world, hasn't acknowledged you guys' existence since you've named it. You guys get you guys' suitcases unpacked, and you guys have two letters in front of you. You guys slowly begin to open up the letters. And one fully unfurls out, and you don't know how it's possible to fit so much of something in something, and you fully unwrap it, like fully unfold it, and it's a map. And it is a map of the school. I have a personal map. I want to make something that looks better for
That's
you
okay.
guys or something, because it looks terrible. It's
If
not
only there was a cartographer in the voice call right now who could
Oh, you
help
can make a
out
map?
with that. I make maps, yeah.
Oh shit! I'll just send it to you.
I
then.
also have one of my experiences is basically orienteering, so
Oh, that's
we're
cool.
gonna be good.
Okay, hold up. I'll send you the map, Ren.
Sure.
And when I tell you it's not legible, I really want you to understand
You're
that.
like, no,
That's
But it
okay.
makes sense to me. But
I
you may
believe
be
you.
able to understand where I was going with this. Let me take a screenshot of this. um, Here we go. I'm gonna just send it in the chat so you all can see it.
Yay!
Light and magic. Again,
Ooh.
it's not legible, but
It looks like a giant squid. I love
Yeah.
it.
and
This
it
makes
being a
sense.
square was just for me to like get a sense, but it's not actually a square. It is like
Yeah.
amorphous, like there's shadowy
Yeah.
bits, and then the restricted areas you guys know are divided. And you can see I divided them by the tiers of Daggerheart.
Ooh.
R&D. Okay, sorry. I'm not gonna read this too much right now.
Yeah. And
So yeah.
also, these don't have the actual names of the facilities. I wrote those on my document later. This was just like an idea of like what I wanted. So I'll tell you where each facility is named and stuff afterwards.
So ours is named Silzu Hall.
Yes, which is at the bottom right of the
Okay.
map, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm like pointing over. Okay, so that's us over there. This is where we came in down here. Oh, jeez, this is a lot of paper.
Lucy will go and hold up one corner.
Okay.
You all,
Yeah, this
all-
is
you
like a
all have your-
multi.
yeah, you all have your own mounts, by the way.
Oh, like
Unlocking
Look at all
will
this
be
heavy
holding it up, and Winston will unroll it on her bed.
Yeah, you unroll it on your bed and you can see it fully spread out, a huge, massive map. But Zari, as you say, this map is too big, it begins to shrink down.
Ooh, shit.
Well, don't go disappearing on me now. Just a normal A4 sheet will do.
and it goes to that size.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to my map and I'm gonna say, "Become invisible."
Everything on the map becomes invisible besides the actual map itself.
I thought you were going to ask it to become bigger or something, and then you would suffocate in this room with the map.
Oh, I wonder how big do you think this map can get?
I don't wonder how big this thing can get.
Lucy's gonna look at hers and be like, 12 by 17, please.
It goes to that size.
Yeah.
And then,
nice-
just
I
out of
hope you appreciate-
curiosity, she's gonna be like, where are the public restrooms?
And you see that nothing happens. It seems like you guys actually have to figure out where everything is.
Okay.
Okay, we have to kind of fill it in ourselves, I think.
That's
And
exciting.
you can see she's like kind of very excited about this because one, it means exploring, but two, also it means like she will be actively learning about the
Yeah.
space that they're occupying.
There's a tangible achievement completion to fill in.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then afterwards, you guys like put your maps aside and you guys go to your other letter, and it's a schedule. It's not a very large schedule, but it's for technically not 7 days because the weeks are different for each month. But you see that for this week, and it's blocked off for each day, and it's the same schedule for the day. For each day, and you're assuming that the first week, and it tells you in the schedule, the first week is trying to get you guys acclimated in like basic studies, and then after the first week, you guys will be going to your actual like big magic classes.
Okay.
On the schedule, first it says History of Magic 101. After that is lunch. Then after that is Proto-Frozen 101. Then it's Study Hall. Then it's Release. Proto-Frozen, if you need the spelling of it, it's PRO T with the A with the accent over it. No, the O has the accent over it. My bad. It's PR accented O TAFOSEN. Proto-Frozen.
PROT. Sorry, can you repeat that one more time, please?
PRO
Yeah.
with the accent over that O.
Yeah.
TAFOSEN. This is Proto-Frozen 101. And then after that is Study Hall. Then after that is Release, which is like you guys are free to go about your day. And you guys see that this schedule encompasses about like 10 hours.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
10 hours.
Yeah.
What? Dang it.
So the lectures are going to be like 3 hours long each, probably.
Lectures are long.
Oh, I'm back in the fucking building again.
And you guys know that Amira said that you have the rest of today, and it's like you guys know you guys got here pretty late. It's like 8 o'clock at night, and after all the debacle with Cameron Mile, another hour was spent when you guys should have already been in your room. So it's like 9.
It was like 10 times as long to get to our rooms as
Yeah. So it's getting late, so you guys have the rest of this night and then the full of tomorrow to get you guys acclimated, and then after that, it's straight into class.
Were there any rules about curfew or visiting people on other floors of Silsio Hall?
There hasn't been any mention so far.
Okay.
But if you had to guess, just the same way, the reason the floors are divided, or even like,
Yeah.
yeah. So.
Are you guys hungry at all? I know we just ate on the ship before touching down here.
We should eat. I like this idea.
I'm a midnight snacker. I tend
Yeah.
to graze at any point of the day, really.
Yeah, eating sounds really good, actually.
I'm a sheep.
I know. Oh, is that why you're so scared? Because you saw sheep just been sacrificed on the floor?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
I was like, this is
It was
The
just a
perfect
regular
person
sheep.
to
It was just a regular
witness.
sheep.
Okay, even if it was just a regular sheep, that still freaks me.
Yeah. So you guys put your things up, put whatever you have in your wardrobes, pack anything up you want in your drawers. Your room is fully up to you to decorate however you guys want to. So eventually throughout the year, we'll come back and we'll see how you guys' room take form when you get collect things and do things. Um, but I guess for this night, where you guys want to eat, where you going? How you getting the food?
Let's
Uh,
find the cafeteria.
Chamomile, is
Yeah.
there a dining hall or cafeteria?
It curls up into a tighter ball.
Okay.
Lucy's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
like
fine.
look at her
You
map. Says there's a dining hall here, and she's gonna turn it around. It's at the bottom center.
Oh yes, okay.
Mhm.
Sure. Chamomile, you get the sleep you need. Forget I asked.
You want us to bring you back anything?
It looks at you, blinks like 4 times, then turns around and lays back down.
I think that means it wants us
That's
to
a
bring us
no.
back 4 things.
Oh, four thing. Wow. Okay.
Wow,
Language is, it's crazy how open to interpretation
Yeah.
language
He
is.
is.
I'm going to be so fair with you, Lucy. I do not think he wants us to bring him anything back.
Oh,
Okay. This is like interpretive dance, you know. It's like could be anything.
All right. You guys begin to go out your room. You guys go to the elevator. You guys go down to the very first floor. Well, it technically wouldn't be the first floor. It would be like
The
base
ground
level,
floor.
ground
Yeah.
floor. And you guys step out, and you guys see the singular pathway that leads out into the. You guys have. I'm assuming you guys at least have one map with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all would have brought our maps. We can make them small, right?
Yeah, you can make them small.
Mhm.
You can make them compact size, like this big, like
Oh, like a little mini fold-out brochure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
You guys begin to.
Well, it's at least we know how to go down these paths and keep safe.
Yes.
And you
I will
see,
not be the person that really attempts to find out what happens when you go off the
Oh,
bat.
yes, I don't need to build that reputation here.
No.
and you guys see that the freshman building only has 3 paths, so it's very simple. And if you look at the map, it only goes to the entrance,
Mhm.
to the dining hall, and to somewhere that is called the Tower of Advancement.
Ooh.
So there's only 3 paths. So you guys find the path that goes to the dining hall, and you guys begin to make your way there. And on the map, it says the dining hall name is for you guys, it's called Reliquary Banquet Hall.
Maybe the Tower of Advancement is like a convocation hall where we go when we graduate.
Or maybe
Maybe.
it's a place where you have to fight things on each floor and then you can go up. I think. But the
Oh,
fighting
like
is
a
just
test
looking really
tower?
that would be
Maybe like a
cool.
testing exam tower.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't know if I was given the impression that combat would be part of our studies here. It all seemed very advancedly theoretical.
Well, in the books I read, the schools usually have fighting. And it's really
I
cool.
read some of those books too. Yeah. It could
Mhm.
be. I guess I'm just. I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know what I'm doing here.
Mhm.
Other than being told that we're here to study light and magic.
Yeah, but I don't know any magic. Do you guys know magic?
Not innately, no.
Nope. But
You like
I
teach us
know
magic.
magic is cool.
I mean, I've been told I'm lucky sometimes, and there's a superstition or a cultural belief that satyr or sheepfolk or certain sacred animals and peoples are tied to magic and deities, but it's just superstition.
Well, I'm excited to find out, and a little scared,
Yeah.
and a little worried.
As you
But
guys are
mostly.
walking, I'm gonna spend another fear. and Zarya, behind you, you feel someone come beside your cheek and with their face pressed to yours. Hello. And you see that girl that was in the room
Oh,
with you, and then you see her tongue kind of like comes out, splits apart, and just like wiggles a little bit.
I'm like stepping back, almost crashing into Anlon because of it. I'm like, hey, did you want to walk together?
Well, you interrupt our prayer, so
Oh, so they were praying.
I
Oh,
really did not mean to pry or interrupt. That's why I knocked ahead of time.
oh, it's okay. I'm just interested. I,
And
li- I like the way you look.
see, when most people tell me that, they're salivating for other reasons.
Hmm. What is your name?
My name is Zarya. May I know yours?
Savina. Savina is thing. What are your names? When she looks up to you.
am I picking up on like her like what she's talking about really? And I mean, I think I'm probably picking up on Zarya's discomfort.
Yeah. You have not known Zarya for long, like it's been like a week or 2 weeks at this point.
Yeah.
And she's very seldom scared, but now she's like afraid right now.
Okay. Sh I think Lucy, I think does this without realizing she's doing it, but she steps closer to Zarya. And it's just kind of like examining Sabina. And that she's like, my name's Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi.
Hi. She takes another step closer to Zarya.
Yeah, I'm on Lonnie. Have you been acclimating well? Do you like it here?
I like your hair, Alani. Yes, I have. And you see, as she says that, like she's right beside you, Zarya, but then like the front of her goes behind your back, but this like wiggles around you like a snake, and she puts her face even closer to you,
Um,
Sword.
like constricting a little bit. It's a little tight.
you two know each other? This is really.
No, we don't.
Oh,
I've known many like her though.
um, um.
Like satyrs?
Yes, they make worthy applicants for prayer.
I'm not religious.
What does that mean? I'm not very religious either.
Oh, would you like to join my religion?
No, I read a lot about a lot of religions.
Oh, Zarya's like fully lying. She's like, oh, I'm not religious. Like it is obvious.
I think like we just got a lot going on right now. You know, there's all kinds of new stuff going on. I don't think adding a new religion is really gonna
If we're to
great.
get to know each other better, Savina, what sort of classes do you have after the first week?
Nobody knows. I guess we'll find out.
Oh, yeah. There. I hope there'll be really cool magic classes.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Are you coming to the cafeteria too?
No, I was following Zarya.
Oh,
Oh,
you must really like her. Wow.
We are going to the cafeteria. Yes, it's late and we're hungry.
yeah. I'm actually starving at this point. So, and she's gonna thread her arm through Zarya's arm, and she's gonna like
Give me
turn to go.
give me finesse.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is going to be an opposed. No, here's what I'll say. It's not going to be opposed. The difficulty is going to be what was it's going to be 13.
Ladies, stop
Okay.
fighting over me. Oh.
Ooh, that's a 14 with hope.
14.
Nice.
Yeah, you stick your hand in and you kind of like gently pry Zarya free from Savina, and you see Savina kind of like curl back, and then goes
Really
to the
nice to meet you.
then goes to the other side and constrict again from the other side.
You know what, Savina? I am really sorry for having walked in on you and intruding your prayer earlier, and I can only imagine that you are equally as sorry for walking in and interrupting our previous conversation on this path.
I am
So we'll
not.
consider each other. Well, that's fine. I'm choosing to consider ourselves even, but we really should get to the cafeteria before it closes for the night.
I'm hungry too.
Great, you can come to the cafeteria with us.
Sure. And she lets go of you and walks right beside you as you guys are walking forward.
Okay.
I guess I'll put myself between Zarya and Savina if I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you. And then as you she starts rubbing in through your hair, Alani.
I'm like,
If you try that with me, it won't end up very well for her.
I guess I'll like, yeah, I take really nice, good care of my hair. Do you use any hair products on yours? It looks nice.
No.
Oh, how do you must have really good parents hair as well then, because I've heard people with parents who have nice hair have really good hair too. Um, yeah.
My parents were used for prayer.
Oh, that sounds like I don't know if that's how prayer works. I think you have to use words for prayer.
There were words involved.
Oh.
Would you like
Um,
to join my religion, Alani?
I kind of already have Zalax, so I don't think I can join anyone else's.
As soon as you say that, she spits on the ground.
I'm going to look at her very firmly. I'm gonna go, would you like to explain that just now? Do
Disgusting
you want to explain what you
man.
just did?
Disgusting men? Is that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's
disgusting
very-
men?
It's very judgmental.
Yes. People deserve to be judged and punished.
Oh.
Don't you think so? Do you not think that there's wicked people that deserve to be judged and punished? Lucy?
I do think there's wicked people, but I don't know that I'm the best person to decide what kind of judgment they should get.
Hmm.
Well,
Unless they're hurting me or somebody that I care about.
there is a god in Delirious Pantheon that has to deal with judgment and the appropriate karmic consequences. Does that tie into what you were doing?
You are funny. I knew I liked you, Zarya. And then she pulls out a tiny pamphlet and gives it to you, Zarya. Read this. It will teach you all about. I think you would enjoy being with us.
I whisper, I think she's a missionary.
I'll be sure to read it when I pour over my schedule and map when we get back to our dorm.
Wonderful. And she's still planning your hair, Alani. And you guys, go ahead.
Um, I think I should get a pamphlet.
Here, you can have mine.
Okay.
No, I
Sorry,
have.
a pamphlet.
She says, no, I have more. Keep yours. And she pulls out another one.
Okay,
It's
I'll
a very
take it.
carbon neutral way of spreading your relations. Did you make these pamphlets yourself?
No, I got them from home.
Where are you from?
Nowhere.
That's
Oh.
kind of sad.
No, it's literally called nowhere.
Oh, that's
your
not
band?
sad. Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't know there were places like that in Deliria. That's cool.
Do I know where nowhere is?
You definitely don't know where nowhere is. You've
Right.
never even heard of this place.
What color is Savina's wristband?
It's burgundy.
Okay.
And
I don't need to be scared of her.
you don't know for sure. And this is going to be the interesting thing about the burgundy versus the gold. You're not sure if it's only. Give me knowledge. Give me
Oh,
knowledge.
I get knowledge.
Yeah, give me knowledge.
12 with fear.
12 with fear. I think. Let me get my fear. I think on a 12 with fear. The thing that's interesting about the wristbands is that what you've gathered is the gold wristbands, they all had something in common. They all thought their lives were terrible. So there could be a difference between thinking your life is terrible and having terrible things happen, but not thinking that life is terrible at all. But you're not really sure if that's even the case, or maybe just some conjecture here or there. You're not really sure.
Yeah, I tend to overthink things.
Yeah, 10 overthink things.
Can I open the pamphlet?
Yes. You open the pamphlet, and it is a dark green color, and there's snakes like moving throughout, like with magic. And there's no words on it. It's just moving snakes, and then like the snakes eventually like find something, constrict it, eat it, and then it replays on a loop.
Savina, is this in a different language? I don't seem to understand it.
If you don't understand it, it wasn't meant for you. I'm sorry.
All right, well, I'm not giving this back. And I put it in my pocket.
That's fine.
Is it a recruitment focused religion?
Not really.
Who are your roommates? Have you gotten to know them well, or are you just sort of branching out across the 8th floor as well?
I don't really give out information about others.
Sure, that's understandable. I didn't. Okay.
You can come to my room again and they can introduce themselves.
Maybe I'll just see if I can catch you guys all together sometime.
They were like you when we first met on the SS L&M, and then I showed them the way.
Like me as in...
A
Satyrs?
non-believer.
Oh,
Ooh.
a non-believer in... The name of your religion is,
Oh, we don't really have a name, but we follow a goddess. She's so amazing. So beautiful.
Is her imagery snake related?
Yes.
Snake.
So this would ring a bell, right?
Does it ring a bell for me?
Would it ring a bell for you guys? I think a little bit. The thing is, there are certain gods that aren't talked about as much on Deliria. And I don't know how research or studied you would be to like go. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll
I read every book in the library.
Even then, it's like it's not forbidden knowledge. It's just knowledge that people choose not to have most of the
Don't
time.
tend to write about.
Yeah. So here's what we'll say. We'll say this is the knowledge roll. For anybody that wants to know, the DC I'm going to set for this is going to be 18. So
not good at those.
Does it have?
Can I use one of my experiences?
sure.
I have an experience called Now Where Did I See That?
Yeah, of course. Use that. Spend your hope. Gain your +2 to your experience.
Can I use my experience called I've heard this story before? Because I think this sounds like something I would have reached.
I don't think either of my experiences have names that fit under that sort
Yeah,
of
so
thing.
spend your hope and add your +2 to it.
Cool. Hello.
I got 21 with hope.
Okay.
I did not do good. I only got an 11 with hope.
Okay, get your hope back.
13 with fear.
Thank you for the fear. I will be using that.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
changing my fucking fear die.
Lucy. Yeah, you've heard snakes, goddess. It's not talked about commonly, but there is a goddess named Selster of shadows, deceit, snakes. And it's odd because you've never met someone to worship a one of the evil gods,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't seem like Felthera really cares.
Yeah. Like it's not a disqualifier.
Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna like peer around her and kind of just like examine her again, and then we'll go back to looking down the path.
Yeah. And you guys walk, and eventually you guys reach the cafeteria. And you see in a bright sign it says Reliquary Banquet Hall. Um, if anybody wants to, um, I think the only person that would know this is Unlani. Unlani, you can give me a knowledge reaction roll. So no hope of your game. Just tell me the total number.
Okay, that is a 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay, you wouldn't have heard of the what a reliquary is. Oh, let's roll for our dear Savina.
Ooh.
Okay. Savina says, "What an interesting name for a banquet hall." Hmm.
Do you know what it means?
Yes, a reliquary is a monster with a bottomless appetite.
Oh, that's kind of ominous.
I think it's supposed to be funny.
I can
Oh.
appreciate the attempt at humor.
I do as well. And you guys begin to walk into the hall, and you guys see a massive cafeteria with multiple tables. And you guys see that there are people sitting here, people you have not seen before. And you know the pamphlet, it said this was the hall for the freshmen and the sophomores. So you see people you haven't seen before. You don't see many freshmen in here. It seems like everyone was in their rooms for the most part for the night. But you see the sophomores are eating dinner. And you guys do not see where it looks like chefs or cooks would be. You don't see where people have gotten their food from. It's very odd.
Ooh. Oh.
We can just grab a table. And I was thinking of like waiting and like watching how like if anyone else comes in after us and gets their food.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you got grab a table, and you see Sylvia says, "I'm going to find more applicants," and she
Okay.
Good
walks off.
luck.
Don't need it, and she walks off.
Go.
Bad
And
luck then.
and she stops. I know I liked you, and turns around. And she starts going from table to table with pamphlets in her hand.
Look,
Yeah.
is this gonna be like? He does not seem to respect personal space.
Oh. I'm gonna take out that pamphlet to show you too, because I mean, I assume Zari didn't look at theirs.
I did not look at mine at all.
Was
No.
it- This
I'll take a look.
this is like magical, right? This is really weird.
Who are you both looking at the pamphlet?
I'll take a look at mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Ooh.
This is
Constitution save.
this is only for Zarya. Zarya. What is your spellcasting trait?
Finesse.
Finesse. Give me a finesse roll.
Sure. Sorry, I'm seeing if there's anything I can add or do for this.
What is your experiences?
Wolf in sheep clothing and deathbed confessions.
Wolf and sheep clothing would work for this. I'll allow you to use that experience.
I would like to do that.
Ooh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I subtract a hope. I'll add a +2. That is a 12 on hope. +2 is 14.
What's the fear? What was the fear roll?
The fear was 4. The hope was 8
Oh, it was 12 to go, so 14
on hope.
on hope. Okay.
Yeah.
What you see here is Lucy. You don't see anything. You see the same thing Alani saw with the snakes moving and then constricting somebody.
I don't
Zarya,
like being the only one to see things.
what you see
Okay.
is as the snakes are moving, you remember looking out your window and seeing that magical weave around that man in black, and you see a little bit of that magic here. And you see as it begins to weave throughout the paper, there are words that are there slightly, and you see what Sivia meant. If you can't read it, it wasn't meant for you. And you see it says, "Welcome, daughter of mine." And then it keeps going. If you want to take the next step, join the shadows.
Okay. Let me take this down.
That's all it says.
I'm gonna ask Lucy. Lucy, have you seen enchantments like this before?
Have I? No, probably
No,
not.
no.
Can I still see the little snake animation?
Yeah.
And there's words? Okay.
When the snake passes through, it leaves like where it last was is where the words appear. And then when you see where it says "Join me in the shadows" is where it constricts the thing, and then starts back over.
But Lucy is gonna say, I'm pretty sure she follows Elstar, which, I mean, in most sources indicates her as an evil deity.
Oh. 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 Oh, do you think Savine is evil?
I don't know Sabina
Whoa,
very
I don't
well. I
think
do
we
know
need
she
to-
doesn't respect personal space, though. That's good.
I don't think we need
But
to.
I don't really. I
project
try not to judge people based on things I don't really understand.
And I don't think we need to project the the mythologies and the reputations of gods onto
Mhm.
the people that follow them.
Well,
At least that's what I think. What a strange little animation that they made purely for entertainment purposes.
oh, you think it's meant to look cool? That's actually I thought it was meant to scare people. But you could be right.
I think maybe the lack of anything there is what's supposed to make people interested.
Oh. Well, I wonder how they made something like this. This seems is a lot of pamphlets with this magic seems like it would take a lot of spell casting. Like,
I wouldn't know, but I imagine if it's in the name of a goddess, a lot of leeway could be used.
this is like kind of advanced. I haven't seen a lot of stuff like this.
Yeah. As you guys sit here, eventually someone else joins the cafeteria, and you see them go over. And you noticed that this was here, but you didn't make note of. There's a machine in the corner that they go to. You can't hear what they're saying, but they go over there. They do a couple things, and then a meal appears from the machine, and they walk over to their table and sit down to eat.
Well,
Should we try?
that seems like the place to go.
Yeah, you guys go over. You make your way to the machine. There's runes and glyphs on the machine, and then it says "bottomless pit."
After you?
Lucy's gonna. Did he like? Did the person press anything, or did
You
they?
didn't see anything. They were too far away because you
Okay.
didn't know this was a thing to be looking out for. And
Okay, and there don't seem to be any buttons. Just
Nope.
okay. She's gonna just like look around and like lean forward a little and be like, vegetable stew, please.
Yeah, you say that, and then the glyphs light, and then right there is exactly what you ordered.
It works.
and you didn't specify anything, so it's just like the most basic version of it.
Yeah, which is fine by her. She's just excited it works. And hot buttered roll, please.
And it appears, and then it lands on the tray.
Oh, this is cool. She's gonna take it and like clear off space for them to order.
Oh, I'll go next. I'll go. Fish head soup with garlic bread.
Yeah, and unlike Lucy, this time it all appears together on the bowl with the tray. It's all there. And just to be clear, you have to grab a tray and put it under there. Then it like
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What you
I'll grab a tray and go. Alfalfa salad with roasted veggies.
It's right there.
Wow, this is amazing.
This is very fun. Do you think there's a limit as to what they can make?
I mean, it is called bottomless pit. I think the limit comes first with how much we can eat.
She's gonna turn around and scurry back, and then she's gonna come back with a honey cake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys kind of understand now why it was called the reliquary. It is literally a bottomless pit as much as you want to eat.
that's cool.
You
Need
go
one of
down.
those in my actual life.
Yeah, I know, right?
Saltines and juice.
Yeah. You guys get down. You guys begin to eat your food. It's really delicious. You guys have had these things before, but it's like the best version of that thing, and it is amazing. It's immaculate. You guys finish eating. And you guys, put your trays to like there's a designated area where you should put your trays for them to be clean. And as you guys are leaving the cafeteria, you guys see a llama griff come grab all the trays on his back and like fly off into a door, like to like get them washed. And it seems like all the actual servants and workers here are all llama griffs of some sort.
That's cool.
Amazing.
Cute.
And as you guys leave, you guys see that Sylvia is still talking to people. And there's a couple of people you've noticed that she's talking to were nodding their head intently, like, "Oh, this sounds fun." And as soon as you guys make it out the door of Reliquary Hall, you guys see a bitchy llama griff standing in front of you.
Hi,
Oh,
cameraman.
Hang on. She's gonna run back inside, and then she's gonna come out with
Four.
in like a garden salad, a macaron, a like some cubes of like chicken, and a small like little like broth bowl on a tray, and
Like we
put them in front of the llama griff to see if cameraman
Cameraman puts it on its back and then flies off.
Okay, you know what? He took it.
Which
That
doesn't make sense because it's a spectral llama griff.
Yeah.
I figured I'd cover all the bases, I guess that worked.
And you guys eventually make your way back to your room. You guys go inside, and it's pretty late now. Is there anything you want to do before we go to sleep and move on to the next day?
I'm just thinking about the people that were nodding along to whatever Savina was saying. There's something. No, it's fine. Not right now.
Okay.
The next time I see it happen, I'll do something about it.
Yeah. You guys can give yourselves a long rest.
Yay!
How do I do this again? Downtime.
And I'll let you guys do that as we go on to the next day. And here's just what happens. So we're going to do like a montage of the day. Unless there's anything specific you guys want to do. Eventually, Riddy and Rhodey calls everyone down to the base level. And they just simply give a speech about like, they said the first night we wanted you guys to all have freedom because you just got here. But curfew is sharply at 11 p.m. You need to be in your rooms. Before 11 p.m., you guys can go in between the floors if you need to talk to someone, but 11 p.m. you cannot be on the opposite gender's floor. They say tomorrow sharply at 6 a.m. You all must be down here so you guys can go to class. Um, Anyone that fails to do so or misses the first day of class will have a mark on their record. They say after 5 marks on your record, you are expelled from the school.
Ooh.
Um, and they say you usually don't get marks for being late, but the first day is very important, and it shows that your willingness and dedication to the program. Um, they say they have heard too much riffraff and playing with the lomogriffs in rooms, and please to quiet down. And
Well, at least we know that's not us.
yeah, you guys see lomogriffs, and like you guys see like buns or have been made with these lomogriffs in their room. Like they seem like the best of buds. And you guys see like you guys have no one next to you, and like you guys like there's railing, like there's windows for like the floors like above, and you see a lomogriff looking out a window like from a floor looking down at you all.
Maybe he's doing us a favor by not making us get attached. Even though I'm already so very much attached.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to make it easier on us.
Yeah. It's our first day.
Oh man, you guys are gonna love this lomogriff.
The glare is so strong.
So strong. Death daggers just looking at you all. So much hate in those eyes. No idea why though. And like Riddy and Rose just go over like some basic things. They say for now, please keep your travels between this and the cafeteria. We don't want you guys getting lost or running into something you're not supposed to. We will in like the first week of school, we will guide you to all the common places that a freshman usually goes. They also say, please, if you're going somewhere, please take your lomogriff with you, just to have an attendant with you at all times. The lomogriffs can notify others swiftly if something happens. And you guys look up at
Just looking up like
at Chamomile, and Chamomile is no longer in the window. And that's all they really say. But for this day, is there anything particular you guys want to do before we start the first day of class? If not, that's fine. We can move on. Like this is just a free day. This is usually the day they give to it. Okay.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I there's something I'd want to do, but I don't know how to go about doing it. When we all went into the orientation hall and then we split up to boys and girls and then we were walking down, were the gold band students still mixed in with us?
Mm-hmm. They were.
Okay. So they're probably
No, you saw them. You saw them all like go to the floor. Like you saw Knox and his group go to the main floor, and you saw Zyla and like some of the girls.
Gotcha.
Like they're just in different. Like there is no separation between the floors or anything. They just like maybe they're on like the sixth floor, but they're still grouped together and they're roommates, just like you guys are.
Okay. Cool. Never mind. But I'm all good. I'm sated now.
Okay, cool. The day goes by. Nothing particularly interesting happens. You guys kind of go to the what's up?
Can I, if possible, try to stalk Savina?
Sure.
If I don't catch Hannah, I probably won't be able to, so that's perfectly fair. But like,
Yeah. Give me a. So here's what we're gonna do. Give me a finesse roll to stalk properly.
Oh, I got a critical 5, so a 10.
So 2 5s.
2 5s.
Hell yeah. So you can gain a hope and clear stress if you had that to do. A crit on Stalker Savina. I want to honor a crit. Okay.
It's possible I just don't see that much of her, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, there's not really much where to go. But you do stalk Savina for a little bit. You see that she goes to the mess hall at some point during the day. and she gets some food. And the food that you see her get is really weird. It's like you guys all had cooked food. She had raw
Same
meat
button.
and things like that. And like she had like the meat still have the fur on it and stuff like that. And you guys saw, and you saw online as you were stalking, you left your group to do this. That when she was eating, the jaws unhinged like a snake, and she ate it, and it like went down her gullet, and you literally saw it on her neck protrude out as the meat went down, and then it hit her stomach. And you see,
So cool.
and you see everyone, like in the mess hall that's eating, like the sophomores, pay no mind to it. Like they've seen people like this is like a weird people come to the school of Felt Era, so this is not a I should be scared. But for you, it's like this is the first time you've seen it. Like, and you pretty sure they had the same reaction when they saw someone do some shit like this before. But they're like, we're at this point, like, yeah, it's been a full year. We're used to weird people coming in and out. And you see as she goes back to her room, you see that eventually she meets back up with her roommates, who you haven't seen. And by this time, they're fully cladded. Like what they've done is they've taken the school colors in the uniform and they've made cloaks and hoods out of them. And in where the lomograph pin is on the for the school, you see that they have somehow made a little snake wrap around it.
It's like eating the lomograph.
A little bit. A little bit. A small little cult is being formed in the school. A cult has been formed.
Yeah.
That's just to get on your career. Is anyone else doing anything before we go on to the next day? The beginning of school?
Decorating the room a bit.
I think Lucy would just kind of like wander down to just get it like a cursory look, knowing she'd probably going to be spending a lot of time here at the library.
Okay. Oh, you said you just need to do what? Say that last part one more time.
She just wants to like take a quick look at the library.
You would know that they said you should only go between, so you can't actually go to the library right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between our dorm and the dining hall.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But if nothing else happens, you guys, we proceed on to the next morning. It is you guys try to go to sleep as early as possible, to wake up at 6 a.m. And I'm gonna spend a fear.
Ooh, are we gonna be late? Oh no.
And Chamomile made zero noise this entire time. It seems like Chamomile knew you guys had something important to do and decided to make noise throughout the entire night. So you all are extremely tired. Everyone take a stress.
Chamomile. Why?
And when you guys wake up, there's a shit-eating grin on Chamomile's face. But you guys
Can
wake
I try
up.
to pull in his feathers?
You actually go to pick and use your hand just go through. It seems like they can choose when they want to be touched or not. And it kind of laughs. You guys get dressed. Is there anything unique you guys are doing about your outfits as you guys go down? Or is it just standard like school wear?
I want mine to be a really pretty, flowy, loose dress.
Ooh.
Yeah, we can make that work.
Has there been any weather like along these paths? Or okay.
It seems like this is very insulated on purpose. And you guys have noticed, it is the perfect like temperature. Like I think it's 68 degrees, and for I think Celsius is like 20 or 22 or something like that. I can't remember.
That's okay.
Is that too hot?
No, that's perfect. That's fine.
Yeah. So it's perfect weather all the time here in Felt Era. If there's nothing unique done with your outfits, you guys meet Rhodey and Riddy down at the bottom floor at 6 a.m. sharp, and they say, classes begin at 7, but we wanted to get you guys down here an hour early so we guys can walk you and show you. You see Riddy is speaking. She says, Rhodey will be the one to escort you all. I have things to do. Follow Rhodey. Be mindful. Your lomogryphs will have their own sanctioned area inside of the classroom where they can play and have fun. And you guys look at Chamomile by you guys' side. Who doesn't look like they're going to be playing and having fun with any of the local Chris? um, and you see a roadie step up and says, "Well, let us go." And he begins to walk, and you guys begin to follow Rhodey. You guys go down the path. You guys haven't gone down it yet of the light road, and Rhodey says, "Your classes are in the Tower of Advancement.
Ooh.
It's called the Tower of Advancement because it allows you to advance." And he points to the sky where the floating islands are. He says, "The floating islands are where your true magical classes begin. They're divided up. And when you split off into what your field you're studying, you'll be going to the Tower of Advancement and going to the floating islands." And he says, "If you can see, there are roads that connect the islands to the Tower of Advancement." And he says, "If you look up even higher, and as you look up, you see that the Tower of Advancement is cut off. And there is a separate piece of the tower floating above that one." And he says, "That's where Headmistress Amira resides." And you guys begin to walk forward. And eventually you guys make your way to the advancement hall. And it is a very grand tower. I mean, the advancement tower, and it's a like large tower. It's circular in nature. It juts all the way up. It is in the design of the school colors, and it has like different metals affixed to it. It has different magical pipes going throughout, letting out different like exhaust. It is being constantly powered by magic and other technology. As you guys walk inside, he says, where is it? What floor is it on? Uh, da, 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 da. He says, the history of magic 101 will be on the third floor of the tower, and that's where we will go. And you guys all begin to walk these long steps as you guys begin to circle around. He says, "Usually you're able to take lifts to the floors, but for today, I'm going to show you exactly how to manually get to each location." And you guys walk up, and once you hit like the end of the steps, there is nothing connecting the steps to anything else. And then he says, "All you have to do is think third floor." And he steps out, and it looks like he steps out into the air, and he begins to walk on the air as like a path of light shows where to go. And then as he's walking, there's a doorway that appears, and he walks through that doorway, and he's gone. And people begin to follow in suit. They think third floor, the pathway shows, and everyone eventually makes their way through the door. And you see what happens is people start getting curious. So most people start trying to do it at once, and multiple pathways breaks off as it spiders out and covers the whole floor. So multiple people are able to go through different doorways that all lead to the third floor. And you guys all pierce
Oh,
through.
I've done this before.
I've done this before. You guys walk through, and eventually you guys reach the third floor, and it is a singular long hall that leads to a big room. And he says, "Walk through there, and you'll reach what is it called? Like the lecture hall. Yeah." He says you'll reach the lecture hall, and that's where your professor will be. Enjoy your first class. And you see as Rhodey stands to the side and everyone begins to walk through. As you guys are walking through, all the lumbergriffs are floating above you guys in a singular file line. As you guys go through the door, they're going through the like above the door through the ceiling, and then like just floating through, incorporeal as they are. And you guys see a very gigantic lecture hall that is easily able to fit all of you and then some. In the middle, you see a large chalkboard. You see a professor standing down there, and you see different magical instruments and tools like laid throughout. You guys sitting together. Like what's seating arrangement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys all sit together.
Where in the level of bleachers are we sitting?
We could be whichever level you want. There's about like 7 levels.
Lucy would want to
was
sit
asking
as far
Lucy.
forward as possible.
The nerd.
Yeah.
Nerd. You guys don't have to sit
But
together.
she would recognize that maybe not everyone agrees with that. So she would want to go up front, maybe like the second or third level.
Second or third
Yeah,
level?
I'm. If it's for the first day, I'll be fine with that.
All right, second or third level. Okay. I'm going to spend a fear. And as you guys are making your way to the second or third level, you see it's completely filled up already. Like both floors already filled. You guys were a little behind because you were floor to get down because of camera mal like constant whining and bitching throughout the night. So the second and third is filled, and then you guys like once you reach there, you realize it. The fifth, sixth is being filled, and then
Oh,
you
no.
guys go back up, and then the seventh is filled, and the only one that's
so we
open
can't go
is the
farther
first.
back at all.
Yeah, so only the first is filled at this point.
Oh,
All right,
I
Lucy.
guess we'll go to the front.
Yeah, you guys sit down at the front, and sitting down at the front, you see somebody that you know, Zarya. You see Navash, the Tiefling that was leading the
Oh.
road dance.
Of course he is. Okay.
He doesn't like make note of you because he's
Yeah.
focused on the front, but yeah. You guys sit down, you find your seats, and you guys standing in front of you all. You guys see a older goblin male. He has short white hair. He has these slit for eyes that are real, but they're just really, really close because of his age. He has these large magical large spectacles on his face. He has a wizard hat. He has a lab coat with a suit. And I'll just post a picture of what he looks like.
Hell yeah.
Light and magic. Okay. Short fella. And on the board is written in big magical letters. You see it says Professor Gilbert.
Ooh.
And he speaks up and says, "Welcome, class. My name is Professor Andy Gilbert. I will be your professor for wrong professor, actually. Bam, let's back up. Actually, fuck it, we'll switch them around. Nope, I can't switch them around at this point. I'll show you what the actual professor looks like. I did that wrong. DMing is fine when you
That's
don't
okay.
read.
We'll edit it in post.
We'll edit it in post.
Yeah.
There will be zero
Everyone
editing
react
done.
for the first time to whatever
Everyone
this guy's
reacts
name
for the
is.
first time. I lied.
Okay.
That is the professor for protophosm. The professor for history and magic. You guys see a beautiful woman there. She
Whoa,
She has-
shapeshifters at the school.
she has long, watery blue hair. She has like large fin like ears. She has like this beautiful modest dress that has the school like the burgundy school colors. She has a pendant on a llama grip above her right side of her chest, and on the board it says Professor Watermain. And that's what she looks like.
Ooh.
Pretty.
And she says, "Hello, my name is Professor Hopper Watermain, and I will be teaching you the history of magic in Deliria. I would like to say welcome to your first day of tutelage. It is always an honor and a pleasure to teach doughy-eyed people the history of this world because it is not truly known. First things first, what I would like to say is there is a naming convention of the different species and races in Deliria, but we use a different naming convention. And many would think that I am a water genasi, but I'm a tidekin. And all of you all have thought you were something your whole lives, but maybe in your time in your hometowns, you have realized that a little bit of you is different than the rest of people that even kind of look like you. Like your family, maybe you don't have their same abilities exactly. Maybe you can do a little bit more. Maybe you can do a little bit less. And that's perfectly fine because you aren't exactly like those you were born to. You were gifted with an ability that changes you fundamentally. Um, and on you guys' desk is a list of all the different races and species and their actual identifiers for what we will be calling you from now on, and what you will identify yourself as. It will be hard, but eventually you will understand why you are different. And you guys look at the different paper, and look at the paper, and you guys, and she waits for everyone to find theirs. Um, for Lucy, you see that for fire genasi, they're called Emberkin. Um, for Unlani, you see that there is no Goliath there. There's giant and halfling, so halfling stays the same, but giant is different. And for Zarya, instead of satyr, you see fun. Um, and what was your other ancestry?
Asimar.
Oh yes, instead of Asimar, you see Aetherus, and that is odd to you. Um,
I don't think
because
Zarya knew that she was an Asimar.
because Asimars are intrinsically tied to divinity and celestial nature. So to be called something different, I think you already pick up that means that they believe something different about the gods and divinity. She said, and everyone's murmuring and talking to each other. And she says, "This is always the reaction, but please settle down. I promise you, all will begin to make sense." The next thing on topic, and these I like to get the big things out of the way that's going to crush people's spirits or change how they view things out the way, so we can actually get on to the lessons. The first thing that I would like, the second thing I would like to talk about is religion. If you all look at your school maps, there is a place for religious worship here at Felthera. What is important is that you understand that we do not, people here don't worship the pantheon of Deliria, but we allow worship. And if you guys look on your map, the house of worship is in the freshman area because it's harder for those that are freshmen to part with their deities. So, you don't have to, but most people usually do by their second year. Um, and if you look at the name, it's called Acrifosen House of Worship. And I would like to say that I will be helping you understand a little bit about the magic of this world and a little bit about the true divinity that resides. Let me rephrase that. There's no such thing as the true divinity. There's just Acrifosen. And we have those that don't have our abilities that worship lesser beings. Well, now that we have all of that out the way, and you hear people are like chattering and it's very loud, and she says, calm down, calm down. I understand this is all a lot of information, but we have a week to get you all caught up. And above board, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys this lesson, but this is over the course of the week.
Sure.
So each class and each thing we do is going to be over the course of the week. So any questions can like that you have for me will be throughout the entire week. So this one session we're having with Professor Watermain is going to be for all the days.
Okay.
Before she gets started, she says, "Are there any questions before we get started?" You see, everyone is quiet, and then you see, God, oh, I'm on the wrong document. That's why I can't see. You see, Navash raise his hand. And he says, "Professor Watermain, you said that all of our races are different and all of our species are different. Is there a name that you call them?" And she says, "Yes, They're ancestries. We don't believe in calling them races or species. They're usually a reason why they have delineated. So we have ancestors that we all follow. So ancestries. And he nods his head and sits back, and you guys see Navash is studiously taking notes, like perfect notes of everything that is being
I'm just
spoken.
frowning while listening to her the entire time. Like I'm still making eye contact, but like the face I've had of just like
That's the face of a lot of people in here.
yeah, the whole throughout the entire week.
Yeah, and you really
That is also Lucy's face, but she is taking copious notes.
yeah.
Thank you.
um,
Her brow is furrowed the entire time, but she is taking many, many notes.
and I think that Zarya, even though Koga spoke about it and you guys were joking about it, by definition, you realize, oh, this is a cult.
Yeah, you're giving us new names on the first day.
New names,
You will no longer be known as.
Yeah,
Yeah.
new identity. Yeah.
new identities. They're saying that the religion that you've known your entire lives is wrong, or they follow something different. Now you're starting to panic. Like, holy shit! I got
I'm starting to
What
panic.
do?
Like maybe I should go join Savina and Selster because then at least that way it's still part of a pantheon that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Or you could start your own cult.
Yeah. Um, she says,
You guys don't want to know.
uh, so here's what we'll do with the lessons. We'll start off with some basic information about the school first. She says, um, I don't want to bombard you with a lot of things, and you'll discover these things as more lessons will continue. But we are on the continent of Zoraiden, and as many of you know, it is simply a no-go zone for most people, and that is because through the diligent work of us and others, we have made it so that people have no reason to come here. So you guys can learn in peace. The person to discover the first school wrote a memoir about the world being encased in ice and him seeing the world begin to thaw out besides this one place. And it is here that he decided to make a school. Now, that school is not our school. We are one of 4 schools on Zoraiden, and we were the 3rd school founded, and we were founded in the year 98 AGF. She says, currently it is unimportant for you guys to know the other schools, but as we go through our lessons, it will become increasingly important because we have sporting events, we have competitions, we have things where we pit one school against the other for bragging rights, and in the center of the continent is a grand arena where a lot of competitions take place, and where the end of the year competitions take place. And then she begins to move on to other things. And she says, can anyone here tell me exactly what you think it is the basis for how the world came to be? If anybody thinks they know. Or any theories, I would love to hear it all.
What is the current running theory? Like the commonly accepted as truth on how the world came to be?
It's different from region to region.
Oh, okay.
Um, I think
My
like
history of Deliria book have told me.
I think there's a little commonplace, like the gods made all the mortals. They shaped the world. Kavar shaped the world, the god of creation. And at some point there was a fight between the gods and the evil gods. It's unknown why, and they were through some magic. The evil gods were not allowed to come to Deliria anymore, and the good gods also made themselves not allowed to step on foot on Deliria. That's generally what people think. There's a little more details in there sprinkled throughout, and it changes from region to region based on certain things, but that's generally like what
Okay.
what people think. She says, "Is there no one at all that has any idea of?" And you see, someone raised their hand, and like the around the like fifth row area, you guys look back, and you see Sylvia. She says, "Well, long ago, there were the gods, allegedly, and there were some pricks that decided they were too important and decided to cast down others. And that's how we got here today." And she sits back into her seat. She says, "That is an interesting theory. Not entirely wrong, but not entirely right. Anyone else?" And you see various people raise their hand and give theories. If any one of you guys want to give a theory. No? All right.
I don't think I have any.
She says, "Well,
My god doesn't really fit into their theory.
we have a truth to tell you all here today. This isn't a theory, this is truth. And you will learn this is truth as you begin to learn more about your abilities. The gods are not the creators of Deliria, neither are the primordials. There is a being known as Acrophos, the Long Light. Um, it was a being that housed both the primordial and divine energy that resides over all of Deliria. It is said that it created the primordials and the gods by breaking off its appendages and placing them on the barren planet of Deliria. Over time, those entities, all those appendages grew into the gods and the primordials. It said it took its cosmic skin and it wrapped it around Deliria infinitely, and those became the ley lines. It took out each one of its eyes and placed them in the sky, and that became the moons. With the biggest moon being its third eye. Finally, there is only a word that we mortals can comprehend as heart, or the equivalent of it. Acrophos took it and put it into the core of the planet as a life source, as the core of Deliria. And as it thrummed and beat, it eventually gave life to everything else. And it warmed and heated the planet. Any questions before we continue? And you see all hands rise up, like in the class. Are there any questions that you guys have?
Yeah.
What's up?
So what became the sun?
It was always there. Acrophos took a place that it deemed its place of, let's say, hibernation. And that was Deliria.
Okay.
Yes.
Did the gods and primordials not know that they originated from the same place? Is that why they fought?
There's speculation that they don't know. And if they did know, I don't think that this school would have remained here as long as it has, and the other schools. We're outside their purview. They, unfortunately, for them, but fortunately for us, they can't sense this magic. Yes, you again.
Oh, why have we never heard of Acrophos?
because we keep it a secret to all those that gain this true blessing, like you and me and everyone in this class. And I'll go over exactly how that came to be. Um, you have any questions, Lucy, before we go forward?
No, not yet. She's like taking all of this in and
Yeah.
ruminating.
Um, she says, to answer a little bit of your questions further, it is theorized that once all the parts Acrophos has placed on Deliria dies, it will be reborn with all the collective knowledge and experience obtained through over the millennia. And here's a little other truth. The gods did in fact kill the primordials. We don't necessarily know why. We weren't there and they like to keep their secrets. But the death of the primordials meant that some of the appendages had been killed off and Acrophos' resurrection started. And because the primordials were, let's say, thankfully killed off, a new magic began to spring in Deliria. With their death, something was created under the gods' noses and has been kept a secret because you can't sense what's above you. Something that's greater than you. Just the same way we can't sense the gods, they can't sense something that was from their creator. And she says, the energy started off small, but eventually it grew over time. The gods foolishly did not tend to the primordial energy of the ley lines, and that caused new energy to surge rapidly. Here's a new piece of information that you guys are unfamiliar with. At some point in the past, Nero, the primordial of water, was rebirthed, and it was killed again. And because of the flux of the primordial energy being brought back into the world and then extinguished once more, that energy violently expanded outward, gracing a few individuals with a brand new magic outside of what Epilis created. This new magic is called, and if you've seen on your schedule, Protophosin. This new magic is theorized to be a different magic that Acrophos itself used. It does not abide by the same laws and restrictions the goddess of the arcane imposed on Deliria. They have limited use of their magic that Epilis makes sure is heeded by. She even went so far as to limit the repertoire that once was. But we don't have such restrictions. We don't have those limitations. For most of us, we can use magic as long as we want. For possibly forever. Without rest, without warrant. That is the freedom that is granted to us. Something that also happened is that magic began to augment the user, changing their very biological makeup. And that is where Water Genasi Tidekin came from. The magic itself fundamentally changed us. The biggest difference between the two magics is that divine magic granted by the gods is inherently stronger at healing and resurrection. We don't have the capabilities of healing as they do. That is why it is the utmost important that you all follow the rules of the school. Don't fall off into the roads. We cannot bring you back as easily as they can. We cannot heal you as easily as they can. It is the pros and cons of the two magic sources. While they can heal in a mass and resurrect as they freely can, we have the unlimited use of our magic. There is only one way of resurrection that we know with Protophosin. And when it is used, most users lose access to it forever. So it is a closely guarded one-time use for most people. This free-flowing magic has its drawbacks, just like everything in the world. Any questions? And once again, everyone raises their hands. And again, of course, and again, this is over the week that she's explaining all of this. Any questions? Yes.
Why has the divine magic been limited?
What do you mean limited?
You said that the was that unlike Protophosin, that there are limits placed on it by Elephis?
Epilis.
Epilus.
She says divine magic itself isn't limited. Arcane magic is limited. And she goes to explain things. And basically, she explains the idea of spell slots. They have limits to how much magic they can use per day. But in Daggerheart, there are no such limits. You can use magic as much as you want. But unlike D&D, where they have true resurrection, revivify, they have raise dead, they have all these things. They don't have that in. We don't have those abilities. Even healing is seen as something extraordinary that requires a lot of great effort. And the professor says the basis of Epilis's magic is already intrinsically into the divine. Even if a wizard or sorcerer from their ilk cannot use divine magic, it is inherently divine because it comes from Epilis. Our magic is not from Epilis or the divine. If anything, it's primordial based. But it's a mixture of both. That mixture. And if I had to guess, it's not a perfect mixture. Hence why we can't use divine magic as well as them, because it's inherently primordial. And just for this is just a theory, don't write this down. There were only 4 primordials.
This is the only thing Zarya writes down.
Yeah, there were 4 primordials with 11 or 12 gods. That meant the primordials inherently, singularly, were more powerful than the gods. Yes.
Why do you say 11 or 12 gods?
There's debates about if there was another god at some point that was stricken from history.
Would it not then be 12 or 13 gods?
Because, and she smiles and says, because we don't know, I just don't include the 13th, if there was one.
Okay.
Which doesn't make any sense, but what she...
There are 12 gods.
There's 12 gods. But she is making... she's making assertions and calculations in her head that make no sense to you, but maybe they
Yeah.
will over time. But she's not fully explaining this process because, again, she said not write this down. This is just her
Yeah.
theory. Um, any other questions?
So,
hmm Yep.
so this magic is like a progenitor magic. It's older than what everyone else thinks magic is.
It's not older. It is, in fact, newer. But the basis of it is different from the magic that's currently on Deliria. And if I had to guess, if the gods were to somehow all die, the true magic that will be born, the perfect blend of primordial and divine, giving birth to a magic truly the Acrophos use. Well, and she says, this has been an amazing week, and I'm glad that you all had so many questions. And when you guys start taking your other classes, this class doesn't stop. We only have class once a week. And we will go into more of these theories and more of the history of magic, and we'll go over how we all stay hidden for so long. Because believe me, if those others find out about our magic, they will hunt us down. They don't like what's different than them. Besides the four schools and those that work outside of the schools, that's all there is to us on Deliria. There's much more of them than there are of us. So we need to be secretive and protective. And if you wonder why people couldn't see your bracelets or your invitations, it's because they legitimately cannot see the magic, just like the gods. Because it's a mixture of primordial and the divine. Something more whole than they are. Well, thank you for spending time with me. I will see you all at some point next week, whenever it permits you to join my class. Have a wonderful rest of your school year. And everyone begins to rise up as this week of Magic One, the history of Magic 101 has ended. I think that's where we'll take our break before we go into which is lunch and then Protophosen, and then we'll go from there.
Holy shit.
And as we return to our three bewildered individuals that have learned so much truth, you can't say if it's truth or not. A lot of information was given to you guys, but if it's true, if it's not, who knows? But at least, very least, this is what the school believes. And this is going to be a week of lunch. So if there is anything that you want to do for lunch, or anything you want to talk about during lunch, any shenanigans you want to get to in the cafeteria, let me know. If not, this was just a block for you guys to like decompress after the first.
I want to
information.
test the abilities of the bottomless pit. I want to see exactly what it can and can't do.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Yes.
Okay, I want
gonna
to
be
instead
like
of
a
saying, I want to be like, recommend me something that is refreshing and has at least 3 textures.
Okay. Um,
Does it respond? It could just say no.
it doesn't say anything, but Alani, what are those things for Alani?
Definitely something I want, like lychee
Hmm.
for this
Mhm.
squish, and a mild sweet sauce that's
Yeah,
cold, and I think some sort of like warm. No, no, not warm. It's refreshing. So, and a fruit,
yeah,
like another fruit platter that's like more firm and crunchy, like
yeah.
pineapple.
Pineapple. Yeah, you give that like that description, and what it gives back is exactly as you described. You didn't give the description, but like, and I think you guys all like come to the realization that initial blood on you guys' wristband, you see it glows when you give this command. They have complete knowledge of what you like, what you dislike for the
Palette.
yeah, yeah, for helping you guys easier at the school.
I think
It's,
Lucy's gonna attest it by ordering things that like she's never had, but like characters in books she's read have talked about or ordered
yeah,
or made. So like, yeah, it'll be some like weird regional thing or something that's like totally made up because it's a fiction book.
hmm, yeah, hell yeah. You give all of this, and it comes out exactly what you were imagining. You just whatever you can think of, the bottomless pit can deliver.
As she's like eating, whenever she has something particularly like yummy, she just sits there and like because I do this also when I'm like really happy while I'm eating. I like rock back and forth,
Aw.
like I wiggle because I'm so happy. But like you notice, like as she's like savoring whatever she's eating, like the ends of her hair kind of like flare a little bit,
Oh, that's so
like
cute.
just her whole essence is just like so like yay.
Little bits and pieces of Tupperware and wrapped up food the two of you are going to keep in your pockets all come from this machine.
Reach in
Yeah.
there, pop it in my mouth. Nope, that was bad. Toss that.
Um, as like the lunch periods go by, on a particular day, um, Zaria,
Mhm.
Sylvia comes up to you while you're eating one day, uh, and she has this look in her eyes, like she is concerned or worried. She looks at you and says, "I know you could see the writing."
Okay.
And then she says, "Look at it one more time." And she pulls out a pamphlet.
I'm familiar with how it reads.
"Look at it again."
Is
Eh,
this a new one?
no. And you look at the pamphlet, and as the snake goes across it, there is no writing there anymore. And she closes the pamphlet and says, "I don't know what they're doing here, but my connection to her is waning."
Oh. um I'm sorry to hear that. I I do not know what you want me to do about it.
I just needed to make sure it wasn't just me and my
It's not
roommates. Hmm.
just you.
I'll get to the bottom of this.
My
Mhm.
prayers have also felt more mechanical and ritualistic than productive lately.
Interesting. And she gets up and she walks away. Lucy, one day while you're eating, you see this man walk up to you. He seems to be a sophomore. He looks to be in his late 20s, early 30s. Um, Probably like if you had to guess, maybe like 27 to 30, 30 exactly, like around that age. And you see Imbrican walk up. He has deep brown skin. He has short hair, And unlike you, he doesn't have fire on his hair. But what you do see is that his eyes are always perpetually on fire. The tips of his ears are on fire. And then whenever he speaks, his words literally come out of his mouth visibly, like actual physically, and the smoke and fire. So you can, so the words come out and then it drifts off. And he sits down and says, um, "Hello, my name is Travis."
Tridus?
Yeah. And he says, and he waves at you too. Sorry for interrupting your lunch, but I wanted to speak to this person over here. He says, "What's your
Be
name?"
our guest.
He says, "What's your name?"
Um, my name is Lucy.
"Hello, Lucy.
Hi.
We tend to welcome in new Emberkin into the family that come to the school. And I was just wondering if you wanted a group of Emberkin to talk to on occasion. We meet up every once in a while and just hang out."
Oh, yeah. Actually, that would be great. I've never been around other people like me in that way.
Well, I'm happy to say for us to be your first. I don't know what your expectations are, but legitimately, we just hang around, shooting the shit, chilling. It's just a place to feel like home. A lot of us are from different parts of the world, and some of us are from not so good parts of the world. So,
Okay, yeah. That would be great, actually. I mean, I kind of just found out I'm an Emberkin, so
yeah,
it would be nice to talk to other people
there's some
that
juniors and seniors.
have a little more experience.
And he said there's some juniors and seniors there as well. So it's a pretty nice sized group.
Okay. And she's going to give, I don't know if we have like room numbers, but she'll let him know what her room number is so that if he ever needs to like message her or anything.
He says, "No, keep that. I don't need to know where your room is. But we
How do
usually
you
meet in the common area."
Okay. Do you have like a specific day that you meet, or is it just kind of naturally happens?
It kind of just naturally happens. There's other Imbrican in your group. You'll figure it out.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. He gets up, and he sees that your food is getting a little cold. He snaps his finger, and then it warms up a little bit. There you go. And he walks off.
Thank you.
I'm making eyebrows at Lucy, like.
She will blush.
People can't just be friends. Jesus Christ. Look
People-
at you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
People can just be friends if that's what he wanted. The way that Lucy was reacting was giving me
Oh.
something
Lucy
else.
does not know how to make friends. So she is like, all of this is brand new to her, including being surrounded by people who want to be like companionable. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she spends all day every day by herself. So this is like she almost doesn't know what to do with herself. Like she doesn't know how to like make friends, and so when she's approached by people, she's just like, hi.
And finally, Alani, during one of the days during lunch, as you're eating, you feel something like tickle your ear, and you look to the right side, and there's nothing there. Then you feel your left ear tickle. You look to the left side, you don't see nothing. And then you're like, what is going on? And then you feel something running along your shoulder, and you look, and you see a very small person about like maybe this big on your shoulder.
Wow. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Um. the food is good. You're not eating. How are you?
I'm good. It's rare that I meet people like me. You're like the fourth one.
Whoa. Like me?
And she jumps off your shoulder, then she grows in size, and she's just like a normal human size.
Like, whoa! You can do that. I like leaning. You can do that too.
You don't have to hide it here.
Are you sure?
Yeah. People doing crazy shit, and you look over and you see Sylvia like mouth all the way open like a snake eating, and then, like there's a lot of crazy shit going on. You literally just saw a man earlier speak, and his words literally made from fire and smoke into words as he spoke. Literally subtitles.
Whole new world out here.
Yeah. You don't have to hide anything.
Whoa.
What's your name?
I'm Lonnie.
I'm Tara.
Tara.
And you see like very pale woman with like these sparkling green eyes. She has a shaven head, so she has no hair. And she has like this wide smile, and she has the school uniform, but it's done in like the most girly way possible. And there's like little like bedazzling on it and stuff. And she says, "How small can you make yourself?"
Like half my size.
Oh, nice. This is as big as I can make myself.
Oh, I can get really big. I look at how tall is the ceiling?
You definitely won't hit the ceiling.
Okay, phew. Like, I would not hit the ceiling here, which is good.
Show me what you can do. I've already shown you how small I can get and how big I can get.
Above board, it says my ability only works during a long rest, so
I'll allow it to freely use it just this time.
okay. I get well, I mean, I actually make sure I have enough space.
Yeah.
And then I get really big.
How tall are you?
I think how tall are giants usually? I feel like
They're like 7 or 8 feet tall.
No,
I feel
that is
No.
that is D&D giants, and
Yeah.
Daggerheart giants are like 15 foot tall. Like they can
I'm
get
gonna
big.
Damn.
15
Okay.
feet.
Forgive
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, you grow in size, and everyone like stops eating, looks at you,
You're
they
tall.
go back to eating. Like they just were surprised that you just randomly grew in size, but they go back to eating very fast. And she says, she's down, she looks up, holy shit. She's the biggest of us. And she begins to climb up she grows even smaller again, and then she starts climbing up your body, and like gets on your shoulder. And she says, that is cool. And it sounds like a little fly in your ear. That's how tiny she sounds. That is really cool.
I whisper because I can tell I'm probably gonna be way too loud. I'm like, I think you're also really cool.
What? Besties.
We should be best friends.
Yeah. I'll let you meet everyone else later. I'm a sophomore. There is with us. There's one more sophomore, and then there's a senior. It's really not a lot of us that can do this.
Oh, wait, I whisper. How did you know?
I can smell it on you.
Oh.
It's different for it's different for all of us. I can smell it. Someone else can see it. Maybe eventually you have some way of knowing too. Once you learn how to control your magic.
Ooh. Yay!
Well, I'm
Thanks.
gonna go finish eating. You should probably get smaller because you're taking up a lot of space, and you realize that people are trying to they're like, oh, like how do I get by?
Yeah. I become small.
Yeah, you get down to your normal size, and she jumps off of you, and she goes to her giant. Like you can see that her giant size is her normal state of being, which is just a regular human size. She's like 5'7". And she goes to finish eating.
Yay!
But yeah, lunch goes by, and nothing happens throughout this week besides those like big interactions. And eventually, After lunch, we go to you guys' next class, which is Protofosin 101, which is on. What floor is it on? It is on floor. Protofosin 101 is on the sixth floor. And you guys will know history of magic. There's history of magic 102 and 103, which is on the fourth and fifth floor, and then history. Then there's a different course for senior level history stuff, but it's not in the history of magic. And then Protofosin is on the sixth, seventh, and eighth floor for the freshmen, sophomores, juniors. But you guys make your way back to the Tower of Advancement. You guys go up though. You guys this time, instead of going up the steps, this time you guys go to the elevators, and you guys go to the sixth floor. And you guys step out, and then you can go to the lecture hall. If you want to, you can't walk the steps and do that cool path thing, but it's way faster just to take the elevator to the floor itself. But you guys get off, and this is your first time going into the classroom, and we guys see the goblin, Mr. Gilbert, Professor Gilbert there.
I'd like to use my experience. Where have I seen this professor?
Where have I seen this professor before? In another timeline, in another life. You hear the old man speak up. Hello, my name is Andy Gilbert, your professor here. I am so excited to have all of you here. You all have come from Professor Watermain's classroom, and I'm sure it was an interesting lecture. I don't speak a lot because we here in Protofuzzin 101, it's more about practicality and doing things yourself. It's going to be a lot less talking. Probably the first day I'll talk a lot, but after that, it will be you guys' ways of coming up with the way you use your magic. There is a little bit of a lesson to be given here. If you guys know, some of you have siblings or parents or have seen other people that are blessed in the arcane from Deliria, and they have schools of magic like enchantment, transmutation, illusion, necromancy. We also have different branches of magic, but we call them domains. There's a bit of domains. There's Arcana, Blade, Blood, Bone, Codex, Dread, Grace, Midnight, Sage, Splendor, and Valor. Does anybody have any questions? And you see people about to raise their hands, and he says, "Great, let's move on."
Favorite professor.
He says, the most important thing is, unlike the Arcana magic in Deliria proper, we use magic a little differently. Not everyone is able to conjure spells, but it doesn't mean you don't use the magic. Each domain uses the magic in different ways. And that you'll be learning that when you go to your buildings of learning and education. First, there's augmentation. Those are the blade and bone domains. They augment their bodies with the magic to strengthen it and use it in different ways. Jump higher, move faster. Attack 30 times where I'll only can swing my arm once in a second. Then there's resilience. Those are the Valor and Splendor domains. They strengthen things, and some of the Splendor domain are gifted with the ability to heal. They use their spells to strengthen the world around them. And then there's Consternation, the building of Dread and Midnight. They're really creepy and scary, and they do a lot of dark magic type of things. It's not really my favorite of the domains, but we should not have favorites in the study of magic. But I just don't really like Dread and Midnight. But then there's Emanation. Those are Arcana and Codex. These are what you'd be most familiar with the magics of Deliria, where you can expend your magics in various ways outward. Emanation, yes. And then there's Alteration. Those are the Grace and Sage domains. These are the ones that are gifted with the ability to change the world in various ways, such as the Sage domain that deals with the nature itself, and the Grace domain A lot of famous bards from our school come from, yes, good music. And finally, blood. Blood is, we just call it blood. There is nothing like quite like it. And it's honestly very terrifying. And that's why out of the 6 building, it's the only one that has a building entirely dedicated to itself. Because we've had students use too much blood, faint, and some died. So if you are in the blood domain, I am looking forward to you somehow making it to senior year without dying. The domain, you don't really choose the domains kind of choose you.
Like our lomographs.
Well,
I like elbow a lot in this.
you hear Professor Gilbert speak up and say, now, even amongst those domains, there are those, through enough practice, are able to occupy more than one domain. And all of you, with enough practice, will occupy 2 domains. And there's some that go farther than that and occupy 3 or 4 domains. It's extremely hard, and you are limited, but you can use abilities from everything. And then there's some, and when I say some, me, I have been gifted an ability to use all the domains, but not very well. I only can do basic spells from all of them. That was my curse blasted. But the reason I was chosen for this class is because I can show everyone how to do at least something from their domain. I don't like Midnight or Dread, and I don't particularly like Blood, but hopefully this year there's not that many. There was a year where it was all Midnight and Dread. Every single student. I had nightmares for days. And there was a year where half the students were Blood. That was not a good year either. Hopefully you guys are a mixture of everything, so I can. Please just, my brain is so, I just can't. Yes. Anyways, and he says, let's move these out the way. And as you guys are sitting down in the lecture hall, the tables begin to lift up from where you guys are, and then he moves them to the side, and they all affix to the wall, and they all like flatten out. And then on each of the walls where the tables were, there's different domains pictures. And he says, well, it's more about feeling than anything else. And you could be wrong. I was wrong the first time I was here. I foolishly went to the Blade domain because I thought that I would be a great hero with a sword, but then I realized I wasn't actually really good at the sword. And then I stopped Bone because obviously, and no. Then I realized that I wasn't really fitting into any category and I could do everything at once, and I had to take the special courses by myself. And I was not with a lot of students. It was a sad time in my life. But I doubt any of you will be exactly like me. It hasn't happened so far. And if it has, please, I've been waiting for 50 years for another student to be just like me. Hopefully, there'll be one of you a monster. And he says, go. Little birdies fly to where, oh, no. Go Lomogriffs and go to where you need to be. And everyone just start sheepishly going to different domains. They don't know where to go. Where are you guys going?
I think
Really, I don't-
Lucy will very unconfidently and slowly, as she's like looking around, go to the one that has a book on it.
Yeah. You go over there
Amani's
to-
gonna follow because she's terrified.
Yeah, you both go over to the book one. Where are you going, Zarya?
Which one did he say was most similar to the magic on Deliria? It was like emanation.
Yeah, which would be Codex and Arcana. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arcana and Codex.
Okay. I don't know if I necessarily feel that thrum of Codex and Arcana through me, but I'm going to start with maybe what I could see as familiar or tangible and head over there.
Okay. Yeah. So you go over there. Give me 1 second. We're gonna roll a little luck check.
Okay.
Not for any of you guys, but for our dear,
For
dear,
anyone,
for our dear professor to see there's a student that is just like him here.
Oh, I hope so. I love
I
him. I
hope
want
it's
him to have a
Navash.
friend.
I hope it's Navash.
Here's what we'll do. We'll keep it simple. Odds are even. I'll let you guys decide the fate of this. Does this man have his student?
Odds.
Odds,
I always have to go odds.
evens.
No,
Oh, sorry.
51 years.
fine. In the
51
next year.
years.
Next year.
Buddy.
Actually, here's what I'll say on the evens. Okay. Here's what happens.
Number you rolled is the number of students that are like him.
Yeah, I know, right? Here's what happens. As everyone is going to their domains, he says, now, here's the most important part. Just try. I can't tell you how it manifests for you. I can guide you once you try at least once or twice, but you have to try. You have to take that leap of faith. Alrighty. Now, everyone's in their areas. Who wants to try first?
Why don't some of the people who are in the right spots try first?
I could try.
Yeah. And you see other people in the area begin to try as well. And what you guys see is that once you enter that area, a little dome goes over all of you. And as that dome goes over you, Professor Gilbert says, this dome amplifies your magic. It allows you to bring, because you guys aren't used to it, it brings forth said magic easier for you all. So, Lucy, give me a spellcast roll with knowledge. You're trying to hit a 15 with hope.
Oh, so glad I had a 14 with hope.
14, gain your hope if you haven't used it already. And as you begin to try to channel this magic, what does it look like as you try to channel magic and it fails?
I think that like she doesn't know how to access it, so she's just like thinking really hard or like trying to focus on like a spot on the floor or something, and just like, you know, she like does the thing where like you clench really hard because you're just trying to will something to happen. And like, I think just because of the sheer physical effort she's attempting to use, like her body is so tense that like her hair probably flares, like the little embers flare a little bit.
Yeah.
But because nothing happens, like nothing happens.
Yeah. And you should try that. You see other people failing at it just like you. Let me roll for Lucy. You go. Oh no, Lucy, Alani. You want to try?
Yeah.
So you're trying to hit a 15 with hope.
Oh, I got a critical 7.
Ooh, 2 crits, nice.
Here's what I'll say. Describe how you cast any one of your spells from your domain of Codex for the first time. Any one of them.
So I'm going to basically be staring really hard at Lucy. I'm gonna go, oh gosh. Oh, don't worry, don't you can do it, you can do it. And unwittingly, I'm casting telepathy.
So spend a hope.
Oh, cool.
And Lucy, as you are concentrating, I think one of the reasons why you fail is that Alani is now speaking in your head.
What?
Yeah, come on, Lucy, I believe
And she's
you.
gonna she's gonna turn around because it's like not coming from a direction, and she's just like, and she looks at Amani, and her mouth is not moving, and so she's like, "Are you Are you talking to me in your head?
And Lonnie like looks around like, and in her mind telepathically unrealizing it's like, what is Lucy talking about? Oh man.
Oh my! And Lucy just like, oh! And she like grabs him by the shoulders and she's like, "You're doing it!"
You see Professor Gilbert says, "Oh, for success! Yes, that was fast. We usually have prodigies amongst us. We found a prodigy."
Oh, oh,
And now
thank
Lucy's
you.
like lack of being able to do it is forgotten.
Aw.
Right, Lonnie?
Let's roll for like just some people in the group. I'll roll twice. That is a failure.
Yeah, what's the percentage of people that are
Yes.
successful?
So two failures. Like in the Codex group, only Alani has been the one to get some type of their magical abilities. Zaria, what's happening in the what domain? Arcana. What's happening? In
I think I
Arcana?
went to Arcana. Yeah. I like saw people filter through, and I'm like, like the repeating theme here is like these things will choose you. You don't choose the thing. So I'm like, okay, eventually something is going to choose me. So I'll just start with something that I recognize.
Yeah, and I
And I
think
kind of
that
like shuffle over.
I think with Arcana and you see Codex, he explained the emanation was Codex and Arcana, and the book you're like, oh, books, you think wizards,
Books are not my
and then you see Arcana, you think of Calliope, someone that is innate. You like, maybe I'm innate. You met Calliope, maybe you guys are the same ilk.
Yeah.
Give me a spellcast roll.
My spellcasting is finesse.
Sure,
So am I
finesse.
using that for this?
Yeah, give me finesse at disadvantage.
A disadvantage is
A D6 you
minus-
subtract it.
minus a d6. Okay. A 0.
A 0?
I rolled a 5 and then a 5.
Damn. Okay.
I rolled a 2 and a 3. And I thought, oh, so this could be a negative, and then I at least got a 0.
Here's what happens. You begin to focus on your magic, and you think of Calliope. You think of sorcerers, that bloodline. You think maybe my bloodline is powerful.
Because it's ancestries.
It's ancestries. And you focus on that magic, and you see a little bit of magic begin to form in your hand, and you're like, oh, this is it. And it begins to spark, and then this explosion happens, and you take
I keep getting thrown around, you guys.
5 points of damage.
Dang.
So I mark.
Severe?
Yeah, it would be if you don't have any armor on.
Yeah.
I don't have any armor on.
So you take.
Unless you have a
Would I be able to use my rogue's dodge at this point, or do I don't have that ability
You
yet?
don't have that ability yet. You're not a rogue yet.
Okay. Okay.
So we don't get to. Do we get to use like our evasion that we have?
You use your evasion that you have, but this is just. But this magic was just
Just.
potent out as you trying to. And as it explodes, let's see how much damage the surrounding people take.
No. No.
Oh, they take 4 points, so that's severe for all of them as well.
So
And it explodes, but then this bubble protects it from going even outward. And it says, Gilbert says, that happens on occasion. You are definitely not Arcana.
okay. I'm
Lumbergriffs,
sorry.
and you see that Lumbergriffs begin to fly out, like all with like little like nurses hats and like the healing symbol on their hats, and a little like briefcase on their backs, and they're flying over and they begin to like tend to the wounds of the wounded.
I'm sorry.
Amazing.
I'm like nodding and like checking. I know the Lomgriffs are doing their job, but I'm just like making eye contact and apologizing to each of the other students that are there as well.
You see they're not even looking at you because they're all in such great pain. They're like, oh.
I'm just gonna turn to the professor and be like, please don't mark my record.
No, that is why we're here. This has happened on occasion. It doesn't happen every year, but like every other year. It's okay. Don't worry. What's your name?
My name is Zaria.
Zaria. It's okay.
Yeah, never.
You're just definitely not Arcana, so we're gonna move you out of this.
Yeah, I'm just like.
And please never go back in Arcana. It's rare that we have like allergic reactions to you, but you're definitely not a Arcana. Just
I'm
please
allergic to. Okay, okay,
don't go
okay.
back in for your safety and the safety of others. Don't ever try to do that again.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay.
And he says, I'm gonna walk with you to everywhere else.
Okay. I'm sorry.
And he says, okay, we're gonna roll a little luck check here.
I'm gonna see where I go to now.
We're gonna roll. You don't want a 1 through 5.
Okay.
Uh,
On a D6.
no, I want to. I gotta do 20.
Yeah.
You want a 13 or better.
Sure.
1 through 5. It's another allergic reaction area.
Amazing.
No.
Oh,
It's a 6. It's a 6.
Oh,
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay.
Laugh like that, Rex. We assume the worst.
He goes over to the splendor domain, which is for
Okay.
healing and things of that nature. He says, maybe you're the complete opposite of manifestation things to harm things,
Maybe.
or maybe you're more
Maybe.
of a resilience and protecting of others. So
I did want to check on those other students. Maybe.
they're fine. Just I don't think the Arcana domain is very much gonna like you for a little while. So just give them the space.
I will give them their space. I can give
He
space.
scoots you in, and then he steps in as well and says, I'll be here with you. And he says, everyone, I have a special student I need to take care of and look after, so I will be with her.
I just shoot Lonnie and Lucy a look after seeing what happened. Though I'm like,
Now, we're going to roll a d20. This is not for you.
Just like the horror on your face.
This is
Yeah.
this is for someone
it's
else.
like a reassuring horror where it's like I'm scared for myself, but I want you guys. You guys keep succeeding, please. I'm so proud of you. You guys keep succeeding. I'm gonna go figure
Lucy
myself
hasn't
out.
succeeded yet, but
Um,
oh my god,
I'm gonna roll for someone.
so funny.
Ooh.
They want a, I want to say a 15. No, they want a 14 or better on this roll.
Okay.
No. Okay, cool. It was a 9. So I was going to give the professor a half success of someone that could use half of the abilities, but
Aw.
it's fine. Nobody in this class can do that.
You're trying.
I'm trying to give him the someone that's just like him, but not in this class. Maybe next year. And here we begin to go through the days of protocols and you guys learning how to do your abilities. Zarya, we'll go in reverse order this time. Zarya, give me a spellcast roll. Not disadvantage, just straight, because you are in splendor right now.
Okay. That is a 11 with hope.
11 with hope. Professor Gilbert is there with you, and you try to channel the magic. And he says, with splendor, think about it, wrapping around yourself and others like a cocoon or a warm blanket.
And I'm like channeling the memories of comforting other people when they are grieving or when they are
Yeah.
lost, and trying to like take that energy and make it physical and make it tangible.
Yeah, I think that you begin to focus on that, and something happens as you're trying to focus on that moment of thinking about others and speaking to them in their grieving ways. Just for a brief moment, everyone inside the Splendor Domain is looking at you.
That makes it worse.
And then you see, but the magic doesn't operate or anything, and you see Professor Gribble says, "Ah, look at you. Well, I know where you go. Let's go." And he grabs your hand
Okay.
and he drags you over to the Grace Domain. And he says, "Here, you unwittingly but everyone to look at you. That is something that is for people that magic is allowed to enchant others. Welcome to Great Zarya.
Okay.
And he says, I'm 95% sure, just in case, everyone out of the bubble. And then we go to Alani. Alani, you at this point on that crit have been able to achieve arcane barrage, slumber, and telepathy. Jesus, I can't speak. And what happens is at some point in the codex domain, Professor Gilbert comes over and says, everyone, it's important that you manifest your book. Everyone's book is different. It doesn't have to necessarily be a book, but it must be a way that contains all the spells of the codex and what is written down for you to use. So think of your book. And I think Alani immediately. What is your where do you keep your spells at? It doesn't have to be a book. It just got to be something that operates, that forms to make a place to keep your spells.
Think. Wait, let me choose. Yeah, I think a book sounds about right. First thing the professor says books, he's like, okay, it's a book.
Yeah, and on that crit, the first person that like a book literally. What does the book look like?
It looks like a small, worn, little, like very cliche looking diary.
Yeah, and it appears in your hand, and you have it. And Gilbert says, "Well, congratulations, Alani. Now, you are ahead of the curve, so you are now going over to your second domain. I don't know where that is, but good luck. Now leave. Let the other people stay here." And he pushes you out of the codex domain. He says, "Off you go to find your next domain." And you go off to find your next domain.
And Lucy's like,
All right, Lucy, give me a spellcast roll. Days a little day, couple of days ago by, so the DC is now going to be a 12 with hope.
ooh, yeah, that's 23 with hope.
23 with hope. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Lucy, how does your first bit of magic appear? And with that was such a high roll, I'll let you choose any spell.
I think she's thinking I think after a few tries that were not successful,
Mhm.
she is like, maybe I need to focus on something like tangible and like aim at that maybe. So she'll pick something like that, an object that's within the bubble, like a bowl or something like that. Anything that's like in the space.
Mhm.
And she'll look at it and she's just like concentrating and nothing's happening. But then like as she almost goes into like a fugue state, like she's trying so hard that her brain almost shuts down and she starts drifting and she starts thinking back to when she was trying to leave the town and she got grabbed and the fear she felt and the uncertainty, and she thinks about the guy that had his hand on her shoulder, and she thinking about this, she's almost like she's there again, and suddenly like her pulse speeds up and her hair starts glowing and her eyes flare, and there is like a big like force that just emanates from her, and like the bowl goes flying, but it also like just like centers on her and it just goes to the edges of.
Hell yeah. And with
That's
this
the thing, and
first,
she does a power push without realizing what she's doing.
hell yeah, and it pushes this bowl and it's this big force, and everyone kind of in the bubble begins to clap at you having your first bit of magic. Others have done it already, but you're not the last, but you're not the first. You're in the middle of the pack. Um, and you can hear Gibbert saying, like, in order to continue, you need to form a book or something else that contains the spell. What does that look like for Lucy?
I think she thinks about it, and you see, she has a very good memory too. So like a small chest, like appears in front of her. It's like a small miniature, like what you would have at the end of your bed,
Yeah.
like a blanket chest, and she opens it, and inside is like something from home. So it's a miniature version of like the reading lamp she always uses when she's at home,
Yeah.
and she holds that in her hand and she places it in the chest. And from now on, every time she learns a spell, it will be embodied by this object that connects her to home, and she puts in her blanket chest
Hell yeah.
and stores it
Yeah.
in
And
like a mind palace type of situation.
hell yeah. And you're told to go find your other domain. Zarya, back here at Grace. Give me a spell. Give me a finesse roll.
Okay. Take 3. I think Zarya is. I realize I'm too worried on the end result of the magic of what I'm using it for.
Hmm.
Like I was using the magic to comfort other people, or I was trying to connect it to like see it or feel it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it do a thing. I'm just gonna try. So, oh hell yeah, that's much better. That's a 24.
24 with hope or fear.
Uh, that was 2 11s plus 2. Oh my god, that's a crit.
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 Oh.
I keep forgetting. I've been really
Mhm.
bad with this every single time
Yeah,
this
it's a
happens.
crit. It's a crit. Okay.
I need to get it in my head.
Here's what happens. You begin to focus and give who is the person that you've met at this school that you are the most interested in besides your roommates as a student?
Interested in, does it matter like good or bad kind of interested? Anything
No,
that's
just interested. Yeah, just interested.
probably Navash.
Yeah.
Any of the gold banded students, like there's some kind of a mystery of wanting to get to know them better, but specifically the way he was talking at that meeting.
Yeah.
And the way that the professors have that little wry humor about how cocky some of the students are, about like being above the gods, of like, you're here to learn, don't think you're powerful enough to step off the path, and everything he was saying.
Hmm.
I'm definitely trying to draw associations between the two.
Okay. I think this is what happens. Hold up, give me one moment. I just need to see
Navash, from as analytical as a perspective as I can muster right now.
Okay, yeah. Um, you see as everyone give me a reaction instant roll besides Zarya. Besides Zarya, not Zarya.
8.
Okay,
12.
12. Okay. I think Lucy, you see this. Alani, you are currently just like kind of like high on life, just like focused on your thing. You see in the blood domain, Navash is doing something, and then he just stops, and he turns around and walks out the blood domain and begins to walk over towards the grace domain. And he just stares there looking at you, Zarya.
Lucy stops what she's doing and she's just like, if she had popcorn in her hand, she would be eating this popcorn.
You can go get some from the bottomless pit.
Is there any in your pockets?
Oh, good call.
And you see
I'm
like,
just like,
uh-huh, go ahead.
I don't know if there's any like physical manifestation like the spell being cast. I just see him walk over and I'm like, hey,
And you see like, what color do you think her magic is?
Ooh.
I think it's like this, like a dark gold, like a honeyed orangey kind of color.
And you see that you don't know this, but you see like his eyes have like a shimmer of that color over it. And you see as he reaches his hands out, like to your face, and just like kind of caresses your face a little bit. And then he goes in a little bit, and you see Gilbert jump up and hit him with a stick. No! And then he says, "Good job, Zarya, but we'll work on you actually controlling it." And yeah,
I didn't
And-
control anything. What?
yeah, we'll work on you on your control. You just got someone random. You have thoughts about this Navash, and those thoughts brought him to you.
Oh, man.
He's like saying this out loud in the class.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
And everyone's snickering.
you're on blast. Oh, man.
I know. It was just a study thing, really. What?
You see Navash rub his head and say, "Huh, Grace." He turns around, and as he gives a walk, he looks over his shoulder. You're thinking about me. That's interesting. He walks back over to the blood domain.
That guy does not need anything more for his ego. And yet here we are.
And as you're like watching him walk away, um, you see as he cuts his arm like this entire length, like downward, not across, but downward. And as he does that, you see as blood begins to come from his arm, and then spikes of blood begin to arise, and he takes it out like this, and he's weaving it through his hands, and he's jutting spikes at different objects inside the bubble. And you see as Professor Gilbert look at you and says, "I hate the blood domain. I really just hate it. I just it creeps me out every time." And you see the professor cuts like a little prick on his finger, and he does a little spike himself and says, I won't do that. That is a lot of blood. I don't like it." And
Mr. wants to be a shop owner someday.
hey, that's what he wants to do. But you know what?
Okay.
And you see as he does this, is anybody interested in the gold bands? What they're doing currently?
I was
Yes.
gonna ask about Nox specifically.
What Nox is doing? You see Nox is in the blade domain, and you see he has a short sword in his hand. He's twirling it around, and then he picks up a broadsword. And he's twirling it in his other hand, and he throws them both up in the air. And he catches like a small like a hatchet, and then he's twirling it, and then now he's juggling multiple weapons. And what you see him doing is, as he's doing that, he begins to like the biggest domain here is the blade domain, because it's needed enough area for them to practice with weapons. And you see as he's spinning them and juggling, he catches them and then starts spinning in a circle with them, like as he's catching them, throwing them, and then spinning in a circle, and all the blades are going in like unison. And you see the other gold bands are also doing techniques and things that they are not making a show out of their magic. They're just honing it. They're past the point of, so when you guys were like, hey, choose your domains, they already know which domains they are. They have the ability now to just have, while you guys is pulling the magic out of you guys because it's enhanced, this is actually enhancing their abilities to do things they weren't able to do, but they already know their domains. So you see Nox is going in a flurry with these blades, at Blade, and then eventually you see he goes to Bone, um, and you see that he is. What's happening is others are punching him and like doing attacks on him, but he's just holding still and steadfast as he's taking these attacks. And then you see like as he's taking these attacks, something you can see something tightens in his muscles and his scales tighten and they pull taut to his skin, and he gets thinner. And then he becomes more agile as he just begins to dodge every attack. And you see that the for Navash, the let me make sure I'm just saying this right because I don't want to tell you guys anything wrong. Um, Navash eventually goes over to the Blade domain with Nox. When like this is on these are different days that they're doing this
Yeah.
stuff. But Navash goes over to the Blade domain with Nox, and they smile at each other, and they both pick up weapons, and you see a flurry of combat that is they definitely have fought their entire lives. And every like in this day, everyone stops to look at these two who seems like friends, but the battle and you can see like cuts are happening. Like they're actually fighting. This is not them holding back. And like you see when Nox comes, he dodges under Navash and cuts him on the face. And there's a deep cut. And with that deep cut, Navash ducks under, takes the blood out of his cut, and then throws it at Nox. And you see that the gold bands, if I was to mechanically give them a level, they're level 2.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah. Where do you guys go for your second domain? And I think at this point, after you got your first domain, you can hear the calling of your second domain. It's like a thrumming in your ears, or maybe it's a smell, but you just kind of gravitate towards it. And I think that Lucy, where's your second domain?
It's splendor.
Yeah.
I kind of imagine that, like, as she's kind of wandering around, like, uncertainly, trying to see if anything draws her, she's just, like, kind of looking around, feeling kind of lost. And then out of the corner of her eye, she sees these, like, golden, like, it's almost like a sprite where it's, like, going in a certain direction. And she's, like, she looks to look at it, but then she doesn't see it when she looks, and she looks away again, and she sees it out of the corner of her eye again. It's just these like threads, like golden threads that point her towards splendor.
Yeah. And as that comes to you, here's what I'll also allow. Because we've played 2 sessions now, any of the domains, any of the domain cards you have all chosen, I will allow you guys to switch if you want to. Just do it before the 3rd session.
Sure.
So just switch out, like if you feel like, oh, this doesn't really fit my character personality as much anymore, switch out the cards that fit you better because you guys know what the school is going to be like more and what's going to schooling is going to be like. So I'll allow you guys to do that.
Thank you.
But you go over to the Splendor domain, Lucy, and I think this one is a lot easier than we read Codex. You understand how it works. You understand what your anchor is, and it's a little different from the domain. Like you can't use the treasure chest. But where does the Splendor domain come from for Lucy?
I think that for the Splendor domain, I think she kind of feels like maybe she's focusing on this like new idea of her connection to other people she's never really experienced before. Because before it was really like her family and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But here with her roommates and then like meeting a couple of other people, I think she's kind of like becoming accustomed to and comfortable with this this idea of connecting to others that she didn't really ever think was going to be something that she experienced.
Yeah.
And that's what she focuses on when she does this type of magic.
Yeah. And you focus on that connection. That connection is what brings you into the splendor domain. And you see it's different from everybody. And you see there are a couple of people here in the splendor domain that are actually doing the things that they said was really hard to do.
Mhm.
They go over to those in Arcana domain and that you see them heal wounds. And you see other of them. It's weird. Like they're always. It's like it's the reassuring touch of someone there, and you see that these people are people that are they've had to be resilient in their life at some point, and that just speaks to them. But then there's others that's like don't take this resilience and this nice nature for weakness, and you can see them use magic that can harm. It is just a beautiful domain, and you found your place, and you have two of those domains. And um, Alani, what does your second domain lead you to?
Grace.
Grace. I think because you're so fast, you meet Zarya in here. After the incident with Navash. Um, um, and you still see Zarya there, like kind of. Like, how are you feeling after that whole incident with Navash?
I am. I don't know what to make of it because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't trying to get anything. Like I wasn't focused on the end result or what to do with it, just the fact that it was happening. And I'm just staring at my hands, like looking around, being like the professor's there, people are fighting, and it's like I don't know how to continue with this, I think.
Mhm.
Hey, Alani,
Mhm.
I think because of your crit and you've been just getting this so rapidly, I'll allow you to use your inspirational words in this moment to clear a stress from Zarya. What do you say to her?
You know, that was really cool earlier. You're like really powerful. I mean, first you kind of hurt a lot of people, but that's because you seem really powerful. I think like I think you're gonna go to great places, Daria.
Yeah, and with that speech, you feel as some of your stress is just gone from your shoulders, and you can remove that stress, Zarya. That was from uh, Camera Mill, Camera Mouth. um,
Yeah, it's just the
and
little things today building up.
yeah, it's the little things. And Zarya, where go to you? Where's your final domain?
I think with the big explosion that happened with my allergic reaction to Arcana, with people staring at me and the like little glazed over eyes that Navash had, even if I couldn't notice it, I'm realizing that grandiose displays of magic are not really my thing.
Yeah,
So I can feel the more like slinky, dark, like the more slick displays of magic where people are where the finesse comes into play with it, sort of calling my name. And I'm like, okay, I need to, if I'm going to be using this right, I need to learn how to use it carefully. And I'm going to head over to Midnight.
yeah. And as you head over to Midnight, you see somebody else over there that you recognize as, of course. Where else would she be at? You see Sylvia over there, and she says, "Oh, welcome, sister."
Hi, Sylvia.
And then you see as she's doing that, she puts her hand up to her cheek, and then she puts her other hand to the cheek, and she says, "What is happening?" And she begins to tear at her skin, and her skin falls off, and it's your face. Hey,
Sisters, we're twins now.
twins. And then she picks the skin up off the floor and puts it back on her face, and it's her face again. Well, good luck with your experimentation. I think Blade is calling my name.
Okay.
And she walks over to the Blade domain.
Mm.
Um, for our final person, I think that instead of the magic just like kind of operating in like this grand way, you just feel like such a deep connection to midnight. And you feel just, you just kind of step back. And it's just like you're falling into the shadows, like you're being embraced by the shadows and the warmth or coldness. It's hard to tell with shadows,
Mhm.
but I think there's a part of you that realizes the reason you could read the message from Selster was simply because shadows are part of Selster's domain. And the innate sense of the shadows is something that you have.
There is a shadows that are associated with Selster's domain. There is a darkness associated with Octum's domain. So the similarities there definitely are obvious.
Yeah. And on the final day, um, Professor Gilbert says, "Everyone, now let's get everyone into their seats." And the desks fly off of the wall and back into their position. So you like the long lecture hall tables like fall back, and you guys are able to sit down. And he says, "That was amazing. You all are wonderful students. We did not have one just like me, but next year I'm sure." Um, and you see as he says, "Now, for your classes in the future, you will be going to one of the buildings, and I gave them all to you for your to learn more about your domain. But the combination of your domain makes what type of person you will be. We do have delineations with them all. Um, I know some of the names may sound scary, but it's just kind of what we've categorized you all as." Um, and he says, "If you are Codex and Grace, you are a bard. Those are where the bards thrive, of weaving instruments and their words together with sources of magic from books and music alike. There's sheet music. That's how you get that." He says, "If you are Midnight and Grace, you're a rogue. You use magic to enhance your shadow abilities. It's very amazing." And then he says, "If you are, um, if you are Splendor and Codex, you are a wizard." Then he looks at you. "You're a wizard, Lucy."
Oh yeah.
Uh, and then he starts going down all of them. Eventually, you see the ones that that Nox, Navash, and Civi are. So you guys know that Civi, Civia is an assassin. Um, Nox is a warrior, and Navash is a blood hunter.
What's Zyla?
Zyla, she would be. Zyla is a because she had. Let me just make sure this fits into this. Yes, Zyla is what's called a brawler.
Wahoo. Does Professor Andy tell us what he is?
On a first name basis with Professor Gibbons now.
Hey Andy, what you got, buddy?
Yo, Andy.
Gilbert.
Professor Gilbert doesn't have one because he can use all of them. He doesn't fit into a category. That's what makes him so special and him able to teach freshmen is his ability to use all of them at once doesn't put him in one, but it also means that he can never. He's a jack of all trades, a master of none. He can never be as good as you all at your specific thing. But with ingenuity and using all the little bits, he can do some great things. Um, and he says, I cannot wait to see what all you go in your years here at this school. I've had some great students go on to do great things in this world. I see some druids out there and some rangers and some seraphs, witches. I got my eye on you. I got my eye on all of you. And you blood hunters, keep your blood to yourself. We don't need another incident of diseases spreading through the school. And he says,
Keep your blood to yourself.
keep your blood to yourself.
Don't be spreading that around.
Don't be spreading that around. And he says, you all have a wonderful day at your study hall. I think that's the next on your schedule. Now, get out of my classroom. I have to go to sleep. I'm old. And everyone gets up and everyone begins to leave the classroom. And of course, study hall is going to be over a period of time. And he says the study hall is in the library. So you guys all, you guys will know this, but for the first time, you guys all go, after your first day of class, you guys go to the library, which is called the Advancement Library, which is the primary library of the school, and it's on the 9th floor of the Advancement Tower, of the Tower of Advancement. So you all go there, and it is like gargantuan library. Like there are, even though it's just a singular floor, it goes up infinitely. You can't even see the
like our
top of it.
balconies and stuff.
Yeah, there's balconies. You can look over it, and it just keeps going. There's so many books here. And y'all know
Lucy
this.
just stops.
No, you
And
have
a
died
single
and gone to
tear
heaven.
rolls down her face.
And you guys would have been instructed that the library has places for quiet studies. There's also places for practical ability usage, so you can try to use your abilities. And there's just a plethora of books here, so it's just your free time to like study how you want to study. Is there anything in particular you guys want to do for your study time? Whether it be practice your abilities, read, something that you want to look up into. It could be anything. For those that have played in Deliria before, it could be anything. For Avs, just throw something at me, and we'll make it work.
Oh.
Hmm.
Do you guys have any ideas?
Thinking.
I think she probably, considering like she didn't do that well at first, she probably feels like she really needs to practice.
Yeah.
So she would probably try to like do some magic.
Yeah, you find the area alone so you can concentrate. Give me a knowledge roll, which is your spellcast ability. And we're just saying if you get a crit. This is just reaction roll.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you begin to practice on your magic. You're able to pull out some more spells. You're honing it, and you're doing this over a period of time. Alani, what are you doing?
I want to see if there's anyone talking about anything interesting by sneaking around the library.
Yeah, give me a finesse roll. You're gonna give me 2 rolls. Give me a finesse roll, and then also give me a instinct roll.
Okay, my finesse is a 6 with fear.
Okay.
Actually, and then yeah, 7. And then my instinct roll is also a 7 with fear.
Great. 2 fears just back to back. Great. Great. Here's what happens. You begin to sneak up and try to get people, but what you realize what happens is because everyone has their domains now, and everyone knows how to use magic abilities. You're not a rogue. You're not an assassin. You're not like it was good when nobody knew how to use their magic and you could get around, but now everyone can clearly see you, and everyone's eyes are trained to now look for magic. And you're like sneaking, and you see the rogues kind of scoffing, like, in a sense of like she thought she could do that. And then you're trying to hear better and see better, but then you see like the druids like, oh, we do that, and like you just not, and everyone's kind of like tugging away from you as you're trying to do this, but no one is like giving you. It's getting harder and harder to spy on people that now have magic to conceal their thoughts and things of that nature.
Picturing like Alani like wearing sunglasses, like trying to
Yep.
nonchalantly like lean against the stack.
Yeah. Zarya, what are you doing?
I think I definitely have this falsely imbued and like totally undeserving sense of confidence and academic like inspiration. And I'm like, yeah, I could devour a book right now. So I'm gonna do as the nerd, when in the library,
Yeah. All right. So
follow
yeah.
in Lucy's footsteps, crack open a book, have a coughing fit at like the dust that rises up at the pages, and I'm like, I can't do this.
And as you're
So I think I'm
saying,
gonna
like, as you can't say, I can't do this, you see someone sit up beside you, and you see Navash there.
yeah, I was gonna find like a group study project or something. Oh god.
Navash says, "What are you reading?"
That's a great question. What am I reading? Um A History of Poisonous Herbs Growing on Xeridin.
Hmm. Interesting. You planning on poisoning someone?
No. I grabbed this book off of the shelf behind me. I thought the ivy on the cover looked cool.
Hmm. Well, I'm just wondering why. If I'm not being rude, I'm sorry, but I was in the middle of doing something, and I was forced to stop because you brought me to you.
I hope it wasn't rude of me to have done that inadvertently.
That's fine. I'm just wondering why.
I wish I had an answer for you. I really was not focusing on the product of my magic like that there.
Oh, so unconsciously, a little me is just running around in your head.
Yeah, I hope you don't get nauseous or dizzy from how much I've been spinning you over.
Nah, trust me. I've done a lot of spending in my time. Well, Zarya, if you ever need me, you can just call my name and I'll answer.
I will resort to doing that first before anything else, trust me.
Mm. How goes your? And this is probably like in the fourth day, so you guys haven't
Yeah.
got your classes yet and stuff. And he says, "So how goes your exploration into your magics in your domain?"
I'm like leaning back on like the back two legs of the chair and I'm like, it's not in the books. I'm just like whining and tired now. I'm like, everyone has a book on what to do, and I don't have a book that tells me what to do. And
Well, and he stands up and he sticks his hand out. There's other rooms over here for practical usage. Would you like to go?
yeah, as long as you don't think anything too rude of what comes out of it.
No, never. And you guys begin to walk off into a practice room. Um, and I think that over the course of these study periods, what you guys ultimately are doing is shoring up your abilities. Even look with Unlani sneaking around, like on some level, you are testing the limits of like maybe you're like speaking to people's heads, like this little thing that you love to do. You're giving inspirational speeches every once in a while. Like you're fully like expanding your abilities with what makes you comfortable. Lucy, I think that for you, you are cracking open the books and literally s- like you're. If I can study and read it, I can do it, and that's how you're practicing. And then Zaria, I think for you, you and
I'm finding people.
you're finding
I'm finding
people, group studies, and actually like doing things as units. The first time was with Navash, with just you guys, and I think that let's just roll for this.
Oh boy. Okay.
I'm gonna just roll for Navash. Okay. I think the thing that kind of impresses you about Navash is just his focus. Once you guys are in here practicing, it's just practice. He's not
Yeah.
doing anything. He's not making any. He's just focused on this singular thing. And you see a man that is truly determined to accomplish his goals, like he said on the moth.
Hmm.
Where if we're gonna do it, we got to be the best at doing it. And he's practicing, and even like he gives you a couple of pointers here or there,
Hmm.
um, and you can see that as he was practicing. You remember when he made that large cut
Yeah.
and all that blood came out? What he's doing now, when he's practicing what you've seen over the study period, he's trying to make smaller and smaller cuts, but you have the same effect as that large cut.
Ah.
So he doesn't have to use as much blood.
Mhm.
Um, and you just see someone begin to train, and you see one day when you were training, I think this is maybe like the second time you trained with Navash. You only guys only did twice. You look out behind you and you just see a face, your face to the glass. And you see a wave like with the hand.
Do I know it's Savina at this point?
Who else
Yeah.
would it be?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And you see she's making oohs and ahs.
Blowing her a kiss.
And she blushes and then slinks away.
When
um,
I am training with Navash,
mhm.
I know that I am not stronger than him or faster than him or whatever. So I think I'm using I forget the name of it now, but the block picking ability that push and pull, where it's like I can also steal items from a target either through stealth or by force. So it's like I'm trying to like trip him or steal like a piece of jewelry off of him, and it's like, oh, looking for this, or like
Yeah,
trying to like tug at his clothes in different directions. So it's like also helping train him in turn on how to resist those things
yeah. And
and just be sneakier with it overall.
I think funny enough, if anyone was to come in here and look at you doing this, they would think you were flirting. But you guys are just, and you see Navash is just like, I think it's that thing of like people. The thing that happened in the classroom plus this, people think more is happening than here than it actually is.
People can't be friends.
People can't be friends, and Navash is just like just spending time with him. Navash is definitely that person that unless something is said overtly, it's not in Navash's mind.
Oh yeah.
So, um, and I think study time slowly starts coming to an end. Um, and I think you guys like throughout the days of this week, um, eventually, Lucy, you do meet up with the other Ember Ken. Um, and to make it easy because you're freshmen, they all meet in the freshman cafeteria. You guys just have like a group moment, just and them all just introducing you. And you know you've heard some of them say that they're from Crackton,
Mm.
which is a huge population of fire genasi. Um, you hear some of them say that like they're from just different parts and regions of the world, but majority of them are from Crackton. Um, but it's not like a huge group of Imbrican. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just the ones that are here. Alani, you eventually do meet with your group of shifters that can shrink and expand in size, which is a unique ability that only you guys have. Um, and Zarya, and we'll go over more of this next session, but Zarya, I think you find um, just different people that you are somehow that are just somehow coming around you. You see
Yeah.
a small group of people have joined, like formed together. That makes no sense why they should form together. On occasion, you will hang out with you, Nox, Sivia, and Navash as a four group, which makes no sense. These people,
Yeah.
like the most similar people, are Navash and Nox, but even they're not all that
And then, like,
similar.
sometimes Sylvia and I have similarities, but even then, we
Yeah.
also kind of hate each
Yeah,
other.
it is a weird group where,
Yeah.
and you, I think that what you have seen is that, and I think over this day, over these days, your suspicion was confirmed. If at any point Sylvia thought she was actually having a horrible life, she will be a gold band as well, because her expertise in things is a level above, you know, what other Burgundy's bands is, and you're now for certain that whatever she was doing in her life was crazy as hell, but she didn't think it was crazy.
The next time she does the peeling her face off to be mine and trick me, I'm using push and pull to like grab her face and be like, "Oh, do you want it back?" And like that's the dynamic we have going on.
Hell yeah. Um, Eventually, you guys all like make it to your room, and Caramel, Caramel, Caramel.
I thought you said cameraman first.
Yeah, Caramel
Feminist.
is been the biggest asshole and bitch of all time, all the time, not showing you guys where to go to places. Like if you guys want to go somewhere, they start the path and then they leave you guys, and you guys got to find your way, and they're already there just waiting on you guys. Like it's not a fun experience. At first it was like, okay, this is kind of cute, but now it's like, okay, this is getting a little annoying.
How long is this going to go for? Yeah.
And it's such a juxtaposition for like everyone else, because all of their llama grips are like having fun. They're all having fun with their llama grips. I think the only llama grip that you see that isn't like the other ones is Civi's and her roommates, where their llama grip somehow also has the hood over the head.
Also super goth.
They have somewhere got that one in the code as well. So,
Does that llama griff have eyeliner on?
it is the freakiest shit in the world. And you see them, their llama grip stick the tongue out, and it also splits, and that's a snake thing. How did that happen? No idea, but like everything is like kind of, you guys are getting used to the school, and there's times of fun, there's time of like seriousness learning, but slowly over this week it's like starting to feel a little bit like home. Because I think for all of you, this is a place for the first time where you're fully accepted for all the weirdness of yourself. There's other people maybe a little bit more weird than you, but nobody judges, because like like Professor Watermain said, there's very few of us in the world. And you saw even with Tara with online, she said you don't have to hide who you are here. You can be yourself truly in whatever that shape and fashion is. And then we even think about Tradus like getting Lucy and just like immediately bringing her into a group. No questions, no like there was no payment required. It was just, hey, you want to join us? You feel to have some familiarity while you're getting used to the school. And even thinking about Navash when he gave that speech of everyone, if we're gonna do it to the best of our abilities, and we are special because we were. You all are special. You were all chosen for a reason, and this is a place where that talent and that familiarity is cultivated, so you guys could be something great and magical. And that's where we'll end tonight's session, or today's session.
Yay!
Oh my god.
We did it, guys.
We did it.
We are the epicest.
Cool.
We're the epicest. I didn't do it last time, but I'm trying to come up with an outro, so I'll just say, from the far side to you, we'll see you on the other side. Peace.
Cute.